What is happening, you guys? And welcome to another episode of the Finn's Tailgate. I am your host, El Capitan, and tonight on the tailgate party that never stops, we'll go over the schedule. We'll go over all the media availabilities from coaches and players. We'll talk about Throwgate and how it is closed now. Tyreek Hill closed it, and some media availabilities. Rookie minicamp, videos posted from a couple of different media people on Twitter and by the Dolphins. So we'll get into every last little bit, talk about it all, go through it all. Shout out to the Heat, making it to the next round, wiping the floor with them the last two games. I missed it last night. I fell asleep early, needed the rest. It's going to be a short show again, need the rest. El Capitan. You know, a lot of people burn it at both ends. I've just taken it and thrown it right into the bonfire. That's what I've done. But you know what? I don't care. I'm going to do this at night. My boys, Color, and, Ali's going to be coming in on Saturdays, and Mike's going to come back around one of these days soon enough, and we're going to do everything we can. Tonk, taking it on Tuesdays. We're going to do all we can to give you guys the best content all the time. And with that, guys, make sure you're checking out all the great content. Tonk 17 my Tuesdays with Color commentary coming on there for you. And then after that, you guys can catch Color with some late night Color commentary, and you can catch him again on Thursdays doing Color commentary. And you can catch him tomorrow night with Ali. We haven't given that a name and all that stuff, but we'll put the banner, make sure all the shows. You got El Capitan, myself, TFTG every night. Cash App, Venmo in the corner there. Help support the show, everybody. We would really appreciate it. Super Chat is live. You can also support the show by buying yourself some gear in the Fanatics link in the description below. You also have our gear in the link in the description below. Also, guys, to this microphone, link in the description below. Get it cheaper on this link anywhere else. Anyone's thinking about becoming a creator or need some reasons, to have a microphone, this one is fire. So everyone, hit that like button. Thanks for getting in here. Everybody coming in early, talking it up. EM Baller first to the game. Iceman right after him. Von Joe, what's good, boys? Shake Money, CT, Trey, California, Aurora Void, 74, Fins Up in this Marino's Goat, Cliff, Miami Sports Fanatics, what's good, my boy? Gio in here, Joe Levesque, Drew Batron, what's happening? Chad, my guy, what's good? So thanks, guys. Hit the like button. Got a bunch to go over, all kinds of good stuff. We'll see if I sent, Jay Boogie, what's good? Getting some boogie with it. Roadrunner, Fins Up. Thank you, Roadrunner. Everybody hit that like button. I've got so much to talk about, guys. It's insane. Ali, what's good, my guy? So much, it's insane. I've got literally, I don't know how I'm gonna. I wanted to do a shorter show tonight, but wow, scheduled release, guys. As everybody knows, got some primetime games, some potential primetime games. From what I understand, the Jets and the Bills games are both in complete flex mode. So there's a chance that those could turn into primetime games, depending on, the implications with the Dolphins late in the year. What's up, Ronald? What's up, Andres, my guy? Andres, my man. I love you, Andres. You are my guy, Andres. Don't think I don't see you on Twitter and everything you do to me. Hopefully that hat will be showing up sooner rather than later, Andres. It got sent back to me. I had to resend it back. It's been sent back. Hopefully it'll show up here real soon. Anyhow, guys, and Ronald was good, my guy. So the schedule was released. Maybe the Bills or the Jets game will get flexed out at the end of the year. We do have some primetime games. I am going to go through the Dolphins video release. So for anyone who doesn't know, there's been tons of video releases all over the internet by the teams and their schedules. Some were funny. Some people just released it like hey, blah, here it is. The Pittsburgh Steelers were real simple in their release. So were the Vikings. So were the Dolphins and some other terms. The Dolphins have like a whole TV show, the Dolphins Daily, and we'll play that too. The Dolphins Today show that they do. We'll play that. That's how they release their schedule. That's how they release a lot of their information. They have like a whole, thingy-majiggy going on. I don't really know how other teams' media operations, through the team operate, but they got the drive time with Travis. He's an employee of the Dolphins. He does the podcast for it. And then he also does Dolphins Today with the girl Kimmy B, as we know her. They do a lot of good stuff. But some of the teams got real creative on their schedule release. And I think if there's a team that won the schedule release ordeal, the Chargers. I mean, pretty cool. They really put a lot of hint and nuggets, and really it was really social media geared and stuff. It's weird. They have I'm going to show the video, but I'm also going to show you guys the Bills schedule release, which was by far the weirdest. Didn't understand it. And at the end, it kind of, I think the point they were making is how the schedule release is pointless, but yet they made a video with all this weird stuff going on. So they're kind of making themselves pointless. And I agree with you, Buffalo Bills. You are pointless because you're so good, yet you never can win a big game, can you? Always been Super Bowl favorites quite a bit in the tenure of the Buffalo Bills. Shit, they're Super Bowl favorites right now. And I think we all know, just like the Bills do, that it will amount to no rings. Granted, the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 20 years, but we've been perfect and have Super Bowl rings. The Bills are just known for, taking a shit when they get to the Super Bowl, the big game. All right, so first thing I'll play, let me find it real quick here. The Los Angeles Chargers one. I'll then show you guys the Lions one. I don't know if you guys seen the Lions one, but I got a couple of zingers I'm going to show you guys about the Lions one. But let's this is why the Chargers won the schedule release party. They had quite the really good, I don't know, it was dope. They made like an anime, and I'm not an anime person. Never have been. My wife and my daughter love anime. Like, they know everything about anime. I think I'm just a little bit too old. Like, I remember Pokemon and stuff like that, but and I watched some of it growing up, but even then I'm like, I'm too old to be watching this. I'm 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it kind of missed me. I'm 36. I'll be 37 this year. I'm kind of a little bit too old for it. When it hit America in so many ways, but this was pretty cool. So hold on, let me pull it up here. So hold up. I probably should turn the music down so I don't get sideswiped here. But yeah, okay. So they open up their schedule release ordeal, showing that they're looking up for a trophy. They made it all anime style. It's pretty dope looking. I'm guessing that that's their names, and smart by them reaching out to Asian cultures, not only in America, but what's up, Creator for All, my guy, Cliff in here, Moss, Celtics won, Moss, really, holy crap, freaking Celtics never seem to. Anyhow, good for the Chargers, recognizing that we're not only going to Europe and South America, NFL and Dolphins fans, but Asia is a big market as well. And here these guys are taking their chances on trying to find some, Japanese fans. It's crazy. Look, the Raiders, they make them look like a bunch of doofuses. I mean, they kind of give the Raiders a little bit of respect. At least they made them look cool. The Chargers and the Chiefs having a full-on duo right there. Totally trolling hard on the Jacksonville Jaguars, though. Some dude sitting in a pub. I mean, just totally weakness right there. Week 3, week 4 against the Texans. Now, this was interesting because this is week 5 against the Browns, and it says redacted on the advice of lawyers. I'm wondering what they meant by that, and I can only imagine that it has something to do with taking a crap, because what are the Browns anyhow other than shit, and they're called the Browns, very fitting. So I wonder if that's the side angle that they played, which either way, they kind of hammered them anyhow with the whole redacted from the lawyer's advice. Let Russ cook. Hold on. It says something right on his Mr. What? Mr. Unlimited. It says on his jersey. I don't know what that means, but then it shows them going week 7 against the Seahawks. It says on it's got a bunch of tombstones on the far right corner. It says the Seattle Mariners 2001, Legion of Boom, Super Bowl goal line run play. I can't see what that says. Something football hopes and dreams. They're just straight trolling on everybody, all their opponents. And we play the Chargers too. This is their bye week. The Falcons flying into the Waffle House, getting taken out by a W. In case anyone didn't understand what that was, they got took out by a W. Waffle House, it says 28% off of 3 waffles or more. Dang, going down 28 points just straight. Dang, they went hard on the friggin' the Falcons, showing a little bit of kaiju war respect between San Francisco and the Chiefs. It says Mahomes, Mech, Herbert, Mech. Straight fighting it out for, it says ESPN and NFL Network. It looks like breaking news sources say ESPN and NFL Network. I'm guessing they're trolling on the ESPN and NFL Network guys, the talking smack. Vincent Jackson, week 12 against the Cardinals. Look, deletes all post. I'm guessing Kyler Murray is they're taking a shot at Kyler Murray disconnecting. Oh yeah, because look, it says all Arizona Cardinals up in the top left corner. So yeah, that must be what that is. Kyler Murray and his team when they had their falling out and was trying to get some money. They're making fun. It'll be funny when the Chargers have Justin Herbert do that to them. When he holds out and unfriends them on Facebook. That'll be funny. Then it shows, look, a bunch of Raiders helmet, AB's discarded helmet. The Raiders ship that looked so cool was actually a ship in a bottle. And for all those that can't see in the left-hand corner, that's a Chucky doll. It's a little Chucky doll with a knife, and he's in the garbage, obviously getting fired and stuff like that. Now this the Charger riding the Dolphin, I guess because we're going against them, like, this is the weakest burn of all time. If they would have shown them fishing and catching a dolphin, that would have been different. But, I mean, who's to say we're not taking him on a ride to death? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I interpret it. Yeah, the Chargers are riding us to their doom. We're going to freaking ride them. I don't know. Whatever. Anyhow, that was the weakest burn I think they had the whole time. Against the Titans, quarterback carousel. And that was Pat McAfee, I think, that they were showing right there. I think that's supposed to be Pat McAfee. It is. It's supposed to be Pat McAfee. All the quarterbacks that they've had. The Rams let Russ cook, so they're letting the whole stadium set on fire. I mean, look, they definitely had the coolest production-wise. Yeah, Robert, I mean, who's to say that, we're not taking him to a school of dolphin to murder him? Dolphins murder shit in the ocean all the time. In fact, outside of people, they're mean as hell to anything out there. They kill everything. So if you're out there causing harm, they'll kill you. What are you talking about? And for anyone who ain't seen a couple of those things, they'll molest you too if you ain't looking. Yeah, no, Drew Bertrand, I missed the Jaguars reference. I can't remember what it was. I had it earlier. I've been in disarray. I was this close to not going live because it wasn't working. I had a bunch of stuff in my notes, but I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember what it was. That's right. Dolphins are chickens of the sea? Shake Money? I think you're saying that wrong. Can't eat porpoise, first of all. Everything in the ocean's scared a dolphin. Oh, yes, Urban Meyer. Thank you. Thank you, Drew Bertrand. You're right. It was Urban Meyer. You're right, buddy. When he got caught in the club. I know. You're right. He was wearing those weak-ass shorts, too. The Bills' schedule release was weird. The Jets, from what I could tell, didn't do anything. I didn't see a Jets schedule release kind of ordeal. If they did, I can't find it. So boo-hoo Jets. Again, we forget about you. The Bills was weird as hell. I kind of like the message at the end, but weird as hell. And then the Patriots, just the dumbest, boringest. They should have just did nothing. They should have did just a bunch of flashcards that would fade in and fade out. That would have been better served than what the Patriots did. I'll show you what the Bills did first. So you guys can see what I'm talking about here. With the Bills, it was just weird as hell. I didn't understand it at all. So this is their tight end Knox right here, Dawson Knox, and he's just gonna wolf down a bunch of boneless chicken wings with some weird gear on, or are they not boneless? They're just regular buffalo wings, which is kind of cannibalistic in a way you think about it, because it's buffalo wings. The sauce of buffalo sauce is actually made out of dead buffalo, for anyone that doesn't know. Tommy Sweetie comes over here, who looks like, tell me this guy doesn't look like Baker Mayfield. Is that Baker Mayfield? That's Baker Mayfield. They say that that's Tommy Sweeney, but I think we found Baker Mayfield. Look, there he is, playing the guitar out of tune the whole video for some weird-ass reason. There's Baker Mayfield, Tom Sweeney, a.k.a. Baker Mayfield. There he is. And then Isaiah McKenzie, the doctor, they say. And then who was that again? Look, the names come up so fast, they don't even let you see who they are. Jimmy and Gabriel Davis. I guess Jimmy's just a guy. He's playing Pinata, which he crushed in one hit. I wonder how many pinatas they got and did to shoot this video. They didn't shoot this on one shot. They probably did a bunch of this. And Tim Settle's going to paint. All this is happening. It reminds me of what's the director from Natural Born Killers, guys? Someone get at me in the chat. What's his name? Somebody tell me. I know you guys know. Natural Born Killers. He also did Savages. Anyhow, it looks like he wrote and directed this movie because, I mean, just this whole part right here with this guy eating the whole time, the painting, the sounds. Yeah, that and with a close-up at his nasty face.
Oh.
And then Football Man, not Alan, Football Man, with a picture of himself on his shirt, looking weird on a stuffed animal Christmas dog.
What does this all mean?
And he's rubbing sauce on his hands, which is downright nasty. This whole action right here is weird.
Break it down for you. Absolutely nothing. Here's our schedule. Go Bills.
So I want to point something out real quick, Buffalo Bills. You're trying to make a video basically saying that the schedule release means absolutely nothing and trying to make fun of the whole thing. But you really doing it all is trying hard. You can't make fun of something you're partaking in. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like thank you. It's like in Clockwork Orange. Quentin Tarantino, thank you guys. No, it's not. I don't think Quentin Tarantino was the guy I'm thinking of. It's Oliver Stone, Shake Money, my guy, got it in there. Thank you. Oliver Stone. It's like Oliver Stone. Yes, all these movies. It's just weird. And they're sitting here trying to make fun of the fact that this is happening and all this by saying it means nothing. Here's their schedule return. It's like, bro, you can't rip it when you guys literally, you just let this guy rub sauce from his dirty mouth and hands, scarfing it down on your hands, which is nasty. Like that whole thing grosses me out. Like if someone did that, you get punched in the face. And then you're going to say this all means nothing. But you guys are the tryhards. You're the one doing all this production to say it doesn't mean anything. So you cut yourself on your own knife in that way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So shout out to the hard work though. Now, oh no, I did find the Jets. Actually, the Jets was pretty good now that I'm looking at it. But let's look at the Jets before the Patriots, because the Patriots, we're not gonna watch a lot of it. It's literally a crash and burn. The Jets actually wasn't that bad in the sense that, I don't know, you'll see. It wasn't as bad as he thought it was. It's a bunch of animations where they took the matchups and they took live audio and made like a show to it, which is pretty cool, I think, actually. Out of context.
Shit, I got the microphone. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Week, bro. We needed this, bro. Yes, sir.
What an excellent route.
Barrios shot out of a cannon.
Down the middle, he's got it. Elijah Moore, the 20, the 10.
So solid.
See what I'm saying? The Jets are actually pretty cool by doing this. It's pretty funny.
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Second time out to think about it a little bit more. They changed their mind.
And now they say touchdown.
Hey, man. Hey, y'all already know. Let's put all the pieces together.
And a nice drive put together by the Jets.
I appreciate your effort, man. Hell of a job. You should be proud of yourself.
You know what sucks is that hell of a job, be proud of yourself, probably came after a loss. A lot of this audio came on all losses for the Jets.
Hey, here we go, boys. Just fly around and do what the y'all know what to do. Don't put too much thought into it. Just have some fun out there, boys.
Team effort, team effort, team effort.
Quentin Williams, he has been a monster for the Jets.
Hey, and the key is let's start fast. Start fast. Let's be dominant. Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dominate. Woo! Let's ride, baby. Let's ride, baby. Till the wheels fall off, baby. Till the wheels fall off.
You behind enemy lines today. Ain't nothing else needs to be said. You behind enemy lines today.
All right, so that one's kind of a shot at the same time. Jacksonville, Christmas time. They're looking at a win.
You dog.
And it is caught. Corey Davis again. His second of the day.
Bring it in. I need to feel your energy. I need to feel your
Nice.
energy today from start to finish. From start to finish.
That last one was hilarious in Miami. The sun blazing and it's a freaking solar panel screaming out, need to feel your energy. So the Jets in good taste. Pretty funny. You know, as much as I like to rag on the Jets, that one wasn't so bad, guys. You got to admit. The Jets will take enough shots at themselves. We don't have to do the shooting at them. Unlike the Chargers taking a shot at the whole league. Now, the Patriots, dud of all duds. I mean, I know that I know the guy that they had come in, I can't remember his name. He'll say his name is like very renowned, and he was integral in building the Jets for forever. I think it's their old GM. But I'm talking, dude, talk about a stick in the mud. Buzz Killington, this guy, just bored you to tears. Just what are they even doing? And no, guys, Miami didn't have one like this. We released ours as a video thing that we normally do. I think next year, me and the boys at TFTG are gonna make our own, and we'll have it ready and set to go when they release the schedule. We'll insert the dates and have something badass. That's what I'm thinking. Color, I see you in the back. I know you hear me. What do you think? Think that sounds like a good idea? Maybe what I talked about with the anime with my daughter, maybe we'll release something like that. I think we can do something, man. We're going to make it happen, bro. No, I didn't see the prank on the players. What's up, Isaac? How's it going, my boy? All right, so let's play the Jets one, or excuse me, the Patriots one. It's not going to last very long because, like I said, it's just a snooze fest.
Well, this is always a big moment in the year. Here we have the 2022 New England Patriots schedule.
Ernie Adams.
Every player and every coach has a lot of anticipation about this. Here we have it, starting week 1 at Miami. So right away, you know it's going to be hot. Coming back with week 2, September 18th at Pittsburgh. Leading up to another AFC North game, September 25th.
You know what? This sounds like Bill was like, yeah, you know what? Let's get Ernie out there. People will like seeing him. I like Ernie. He's a cool guy. Let's have him out there and talk about it. And it's just I mean, bro, Shake, isn't that the mailman from Cheers? No. You know, pretty boring. The Patriots as an organization are going to get caught in this behind the times thing. One thing I can say, and shout out Mr. Ross and Chris Greer, they seem to be pretty smart about getting on the times with staying cool and relevant. Look at the players just dancing. And you'll see from rookie minicamp, straight jacked up music playing, all the good stuff. But I mean, look at this.
5th against the Ravens. So you know this is going to be 60 minutes of hard football. Number 4, going up to Lambeau Field. It's in October, so even in Green Bay, it probably won't be frozen tundra. And it's just, you just feel the tradition when you walk in the Lambeau Field. Week 5, we got the Lions at 1 o'clock. Again, 2 back-to-back NFC North teams. We only play once every 4 years. Week 6, going back to Cleveland.
I mean, dude, he's just rattling them off with just, Green Bay, it's early in the year, probably won't be cold. So, and then next week, we got another NFC North team.
Football Sunday in Cleveland is always an exciting time. Everybody's out in brown and orange. I'm sure they'll be ready to go.
What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Week 7, we've got a night game here on a Monday night against the Bears. Week 8,
we got a night game here, not a primetime game, a nighttime game. You know what? The more I watch, the more I kind of like it.
Another big game, division game on the road. Those are always the critical ones.
Big game at the Jets. That should tell you everything you guys need to know. Divisional game, big game at the Jets. Patriots look at it as such.
At the Jets, we've had a spirited rivalry with the Jets over the years. Coming next week, week 9, we're at home against the Colts. Week 10, bye week. As far as I'm concerned, this is about perfect placement of the bye.
Oh, imagine that. The Patriots get a bye week at week 10. I'm pretty sure they haven't had a bye week earlier than week 10 other than last year. Was the first time I've ever seen. Every year. I don't know whose ass they're kissing or whose freaking palms are greased around here, but I call bullshit on that.
Before you go into the coming back week 11 with another division game against the Jets. Going to a Thanksgiving game, Thanksgiving night at Minnesota. You know, all that special flavor from Thanksgiving nights. You've got America watching, all filled with turkey. And
I mean, look, I'm sure this guy is a nice guy. Like, great dude, totally like nice dude at church, everything like that. Probably very charitable. And I don't want to dog him because I know he's really respected for the Patriots community. But who the fuck thought this was a good idea? I was ragging on the Dolphins media team a little bit, not so much on camera, but because I think honestly, the Dolphins media team put that bad throw out just to get the buzz. And then I'll show you the Tyreek Hill tape where it refutes that. The open and shut of Throwgate. Anyhow, are they doing this just for like a buzz on the other way? I mean, is this like, I don't know what the hell this is.
I'm sure you've been wondering, where are the Bills? Well, here we are, December 1st, another Thursday night game playing against Buffalo. So here we have week 14 at Arizona, a Monday night game, and we're staying out west.
Wait a minute. They get back-to-back Thursday night football games? Look at that. They get back-to-back Thursday night football games. And then when they go against us in week 16 or in week 17, they get an extra day of rest because they're playing a game on Saturday too.
Here for 2 games in a row at the Raiders. A little different experience going to Las Vegas. I've never done that for.
What's up with the close-ups right in his face too? What's going on here? What is this? The Bills and the Patriots, I feel like they're trying to psych me out with the ridiculousness of this nonsense.
A football game, but I know that Josh McDaniels will have his team ready to go. Coming back at home against the Bengals. Now we've got week 17 with the Dolphins coming up here. And I know those Dolphins players, they always enjoy playing a great football game on a nice cold day.
The only shot this guy takes the whole freaking video is at us. Are you kidding me? Now I do take offense, Mr. Adams, robbing me of my last name. Who the hell do you think you are?
Perfect Dolphins weather. Week 18 at Buffalo. and most importantly, another division game on the road. Those are always top priority. So there we have it, 2022. Looks like we've got 17 great football games here.
Okay, what did it? It said pink stripes. What's pink stripes mean? Does anybody know? Just painful. The whole thing was painful. Like, I feel like the music and the piano in the background is the whole thing just weird. Right, Doug, my guy, Doug. They must have dirt on Goodell getting these late games. And then I don't know. Anyhow, shout out to Doug with the touchdown, everybody. Check out Doug. Doug's going to be coming on Sunday, right, Doug? If you can make it, are you going to be able to make it Sunday? Doug should be coming on the show Sunday. I'm going to have him on. Dolphins fan. He's got his own channel, The Touchdown. Guys, make sure to check it out. You'll be able to meet Doug on Sunday, hopefully, if he can make it. And we'll have a good chat with Doug, talk about the Dolphins, talk about his channel, holler at him. But so another video that I like, okay, and I feel like the Dolphins missed an opportunity, and I feel like if they took they missed an opportunity, number one, with the schedule release hype videos / trash talking video, which I think, and I wonder, no, Isaac, Mike on the mic won't be on tomorrow. Mike's figuring some stuff out with his schedule with some personal stuff. But don't worry, he'll be back. I talked to him. I'm going to talk to him over the weekend and try to figure out some things and see if him and I in color and maybe Ali and then the rest of us can band something together and get Mike back in rotation around here. But don't worry, he'll be back. William, rookie training camp begun today, and I will be showing you some videos from it and all kinds of good stuff. So stick around. Training camp for the Dolphins ain't gonna start until August. So for like the team, but there'll be plenty of stuff to keep informed. Moves, all kinds of good stuff. We just signed Sony Michel. For everyone that doesn't know, Jarvis Landry just signed a contract with the Saints, so he is off the market. A person I think the Dolphins weren't necessarily interested in, but I was interested in watching because I thought maybe he'd end up on the Packers. So, anyhow, back to what I was saying. The Dolphins kind of missed an opportunity here to put out their own video, their own hype, their own trash talking. And I think they should have used the Packers theme. If they would have did what the Packers did, but it was Tua, it would have been so funny. It would have been the greatest troll job. So I'm going to show you guys the Packers hype video, and you guys will know why I think they should have did this with Tua and, maybe other players. So they did it as like a Top Golf green and gold tee. So it's like the video game Top Golf with the ball, and you used to ski down in there. How friggin' funny would this be if it was Tua doing it? I mean, dude, if we're not gonna sit here and watch all the Packers stuff, but you guys see what I'm saying? How freaking hilarious would that have been if it was the Dolphins hype video and it was Tua doing golf, making all the putts? That would have been priceless. They should have did it. I still have a Dolphins jersey too, creator for all. So I still rock.
Are they taking a shot at Tua?
You know what?
Is that a direct shot at Tua?
I think you're right, Color. I think the Packers did just take a shot at Tua. You're right.
Wow,
dude. What's up, Vaughn?
Bad move, Green Bay. Bad move.
Bad move, bro. Bad move. So, yeah. So here's kind of how the Dolphins released their schedule. They just kind of dropped it on social media. They put out just a regular old banner. Yardy. Here it is. We play Patriots week 1. Week 2, we have the Ravens. Week 3 is the Bills. Week 4 is the Bengals. And that's the first 4 weeks, guys. Tough Tough start in the first 4 weeks. The second 4 weeks I like a lot better. If we can find ourselves 2-2 outside of those first 4 weeks, we'll be pretty good. Because the Jets, the Vikings, the Steelers, and the Lions are our next 4 weeks. Now, the Steelers is a primetime game, which this isn't the Steelers of old, guys. It's not, Ben Roethlisberger and all that stuff. We're not going to have to see that show happening. I think we can win in those next 4 weeks. I think we can come out of that 3-1. And then we have, so if we're 3-1, now we're 5-3 in the first 8 weeks. Then we have the Browns, a bye week, the Texans, and San Francisco in the next 4 weeks. I think we lose to the Browns bye week, so that puts us at 5-4. Beat the Texans 6-4. Beat San Francisco 7-4. Then we have the next 4 weeks, which is Chargers, Bills, Packers, and Patriots. That is the hardest stretch right there. Those are all playoff teams potentially, and if we can come out of that stretch 2-2 as well, that'll put us at, where was I? Can't remember now. What was I at? Let's see. 4. So 2-2, 3, 4. And then our last game of the year is against the Jets. I don't know, guys. It's a rough schedule, and then not. Everybody knows that this whole thing changes. But yeah, that's how they released it. And then they do what we always do for the Dolphins organization. They put me, look at me using the we like I'm in the Dolphins organization. Maybe I am. Watch out. They do the Dolphins daily, the schedule release, and it's all right. Yes, Isaac, I'm going to be going to a game. I don't know if I'll go into any preseason games, but I'll be trying to figure a way. We'll see. El Capitan's got a lot of stuff, but if I go to a game, I'll go big time and bring the smoker and set up the whole tailgate party. I really want to try to make it to fan week. Hopefully I can. So, finances, scheduling, and everything else under the sun permitted, I'll be making it to at least one game this year. But every game I don't make, I'm going to make sure to be here calling the games live. For everyone that's too far and the game is not televised in your market, I will make sure to deliver it to you in the best commentating way I know how possible. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I'm pretty decent at calling football games, and it'll be fun. What's up, Cap for Life? My guy, what's going on? So here's the Dolphins schedule release on Dolphins Day today. I always want to say Dolphins Daily. Everybody, make sure you're hitting that like button, please. Hit the like button, share. If you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, everybody, please.
Intercepted in the end zone.
What's going on, Dolphins? Welcome to Dolphins Today from
Kimmy
the
B.
Studios here in Miami Gardens. I'm Kimberly Bell, aka Kimmy B, and as you can imagine, we have got a lot to get to today, and we're going to start with the 2022 schedule that was released Thursday night. Now, here it is, and there are definitely some games you may want to circle on your calendar. The Dolphins are going to open the season at...
Shout out to Iceman with the $20 donation. I appreciate it, my guy. It takes a lot to make these wheels turn. I try my best, me and all my guys, to do everything we can. And every dime you guys donate to the show goes into the production, the making, the work, the blood, sweat, and tears that we take outside of having jobs and regular lives to hopefully just entertain and bring everything to you guys, man. That's all what it's about. It's a long off season, and I made sure to dig my heels in to bring you guys a lot of content. And when there is nothing, we'll talk about something fun. We'll find out.
Home against the New England Patriots, of course, division opponents, which marks the third consecutive year Miami and New England have kicked off the season against each other. Then the team will visit the defending AFC champion Bengals in week 4 and welcome the Packers to Hard Rock Stadium in week 16. There's also a back-to-back West Coast swing for this team as well, which includes San Francisco in week 13 before heading south to visit the Chargers in week 14.
So real quick, guys, being that Mike McDaniels played over in San Fran and a lot of his coaches come from San Francisco, what do you guys think the odds are that the Dolphins make that trip and stay there that whole time? I don't know. You know, would it be smart to? I don't know. I do not know. I don't know. We'll see.
As for the rest of the AFC East, the Dolphins play the Patriots for the second time in week 17, the Jets in weeks 5 and 18, and in weeks 3. You know, I'd love a little more insight, and who better to get that from than Drive Time podcast host Travis Wingfield, a.k.a. T, who can barely contain his excitement, as you can see. Now, Trav, what's your initial reaction to the 2022 Dolphins schedule?
It's always excitement when there's any big of the NFL schedule, regular season or off season. And the division or the schedule is no different. I start here with the divisional games. Patriots and Bills at home in September. But it gets paid off on the back end too in December with road games up in New England and in Buffalo. So we get both climate advantages for South Florida and the Northeast in September and December. Some nice symmetry to the schedule. I'm a sucker for symmetry. And the week 11 bye is always nice too, because we've seen, you know,
that's a one thing I'm very happy about. A week 11 bye, we get a late season bye. Hopefully it finds us at the right time, getting guys healthy, giving guys a breather for that last couple of games in the cold time, the everything, you know. Perfect time for the bye week for us.
Early bye weeks. Yeah. Now you get a chance to kind of rest up for the stretch run right before Thanksgiving, head in December with a hopefully healthier roster. That's good to see. The West Coast swing, back-to-back games against the Chargers and Niners out California way. That's cool to see. And then Sunday Night Football for the first time since 2017. Very pumped up about that.
And that game is going to be here in South.
Yes.
Let's get those tickets now.
Yeah.
All right. Now, speaking of now, give me 2 games that you are most excited for and tell us why.
All right, guys. Let's take that question to the chat. 2 games you guys are most excited for and why. Go ahead and give it to me in chat, you guys. Color, if you want to jump on here real quick, what 2 games are you most excited for? I know what 2 games I'm most excited for. What about you guys in chat? Let me know. What games are you guys most excited for? Color, what about you? What 2 games are you most excited for?
2 games. Oh, that's a good question because they're all kind of like crappy opponents. We got
Drew Batron says Green Bay and the Ravens. Ali says the Steelers and the Browns.
Stopping Aaron Rodgers from being a dick to Dan Marino. Yeah, I look forward to that one.
Why is he being a dick to Dan Marino?
You know, remember the clock play in Pro Player when Marino was on the sideline?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you know what though? You know, I don't take that as a dick move as much as I take that as.
Dude, I remember everything, bro. I don't forget
Color.
nothing.
I can't remember yesterday. I can't remember this morning. I can't, bro. I partied too much, I guess. I don't know. I said this on Stephen D this morning. I got like the brain of a goldfish. I just can't remember things. I'm just not that way, bro. I'm too busy thinking about the future and moving forward. Steelers and Browns from Ali. Iceman.
Go ahead.
Iceman saying Bengals and Packers. I like that because Bengals just in the Super Bowl and the Packers. You know what's weird? The Bengals were just in the Super Bowl, and I still think we're gonna beat them.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited to get at the Bills.
Yeah, I think everybody's excited to see us beat the Bills. Maybe not go against the Bills.
Aurora, I just want to get at them. I want to get at them. I want to see where we're at.
Aurora says the Bills and Niners, maybe Chargers instead. Trey, Bills and Bills. Damn, I feel you, Trey.
Yeah, I'm with Trey on that.
What's your second team? Isaac says Bills and Cheeseheads. Robert says Steelers and Green Bay. Fins up 74, Chargers and Steelers. Mr. Palkins, beating Buffalo twice. A lot of people agree with you. Color.
Yeah, I mean, I'm anxious to get at him. It's really, I mean, I don't fear nobody, but if you're talking about fear, who else really has anything for us on our schedule?
You know, if anyone else want to chime in with their two teams, I think I've got my two teams. I want to see the Chargers. The Chargers have turned around that defense. That offense looks pretty damn good. I want to see. You got some feedback, Color. A little loud on your speaker. You're okay. I want to see the Chargers. That's going to be a team everyone's looking at. They've put a lot of money in. They're going to be something else. I think the Chargers are going to the playoffs no matter what happens with the Dolphins win or loss against them. I think they're the team to look out for in a lot of ways. I think they're going to look like in the second team. It's a toss-up between the Packers and the Browns. More the Browns if it's Deshaun Watson we're going against, because I want to see that game. I want to see what happens. I want to see how we respond. Is Tua going to go out there and beat that ass?
Yeah.
Could you imagine Tua and the Dolphins versus Watson and the Browns? Does Watson go out there and look like an MVP and beat the shit out of the Dolphins, and we go, damn, that could have been our quarterback? Or does Tua go out there and beat that ass and make us go, Deshaun who? That's a game to watch, ladies and gentlemen. That's a game to keep on your schedule with highlighter. It may not look like much now, but it might not even have implications. Well, of course, it'll have implications to the playoffs because it's a win or a loss. But in the grand scheme of things, it could be monumental. If Tua
I would say
him.
then if you were to tell me to pick two different teams, I'd say Browns and Bills then, because I want Josh Allen and I want Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. That's right, Drew Batron. That's if Watson's even playing. That's why I said the Packers is kind of the toss-up, because that all depends on if Watson's playing. But
after last night's conversation too, I want the Steelers. Q was talking real big last night, Chris.
Was he, man? I was sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
Talking big, was he?
Oh, yeah. Talking real big about the Steelers, dude. Him and I actually have the same record prediction for the Dolphins, 13-4. But he thinks we're going to lose to them, and I don't. So where's the 4 similarities?
I've got news for Q. And I love Q, as you know, moderator on the show. There he is, my boy right there. I've got news for you, Q, and I love you, bud. But Steelers probably only going to win 7 or 8 games all year. And I know that sounds ridiculous to say with Tomlin having no losing seasons. But this is going to be the year, because when Trubisky falters, he'll come out hot. They'll figure him out. You'll see Trubisky falter. You'll see then the fan base, for better or for worse, call up the rookie. And then you'll see this whole thing happen that we had in Miami. And you'll see this quarterback battle, and you'll see the locker room have problems. You'll see the distractions off the field come into the locker room, and you'll see it take a toll on the wins and losses. And this is going to be a feeling out period. And I'm interested to see how it goes. And you're right, Cap or Q. We'll see, bud. But I'm just telling you my prediction that the Steelers, although going to be great on defense and going to be better on offense, as far as having a better throwing quarterback than Ben was, the difference is Ben being a staple. Still have feedback, Color. Ben being a staple did so much more than I think even the Steelers fans realize, because when there's no quarterback controversy, there's no this, there's no that, there's a comfort. Everyone else can take care of themselves. When there's political thing going on with who should start and who shouldn't, I don't know. That has an effect. Now, granted, Tomlin's a damn good coach. I wish the Dolphins would have hired him way back when. But that's going to be a whole mix-up ordeal, mark my words. So, yeah, we'll see. To me, it comes down to the two games I want to see. Cleveland would be the game I want to see the most. The Bills, I understand why everyone wants to see it, and me too, but I'm talking like bigger picture. If it's Deshaun Watson's Browns versus Tua Tagovailoa's Dolphins, that game could be monumental in how history is written. Because if 3 years from now, the Dolphins are playoff football and killing it and, contenders paying Tua to keep him around as our franchise quarterback, the Browns 3 years from now are going to be figuring out either they've won a Super Bowl or they're moving around every dollar they got because they got a quarterback worth so much damn money that they've hurt their team. And is it going to be worth it? You're going to see him potentially leave Cleveland one of these days because that's what ends up happening with quarterbacks like that. Or they end up like Rodgers, where Rodgers right now has no weapons. Who's his weapon? Cobbs on there. I was almost going to say Patrick Cobbs because I'm thinking of the Dolphins. Lazard, a lot of unproven guys. But we've seen Rodgers with a lackluster defense and people you don't know on offense win freaking games. I seen Deshaun Watson with no defense and only one name on offense not win games. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. So let's bring this video back up.
I think I know where you're going with one of these.
Yeah, we're going right back to Sunday Night Football against the Pittsburgh Steelers here. You mentioned it. Hard.
Sunday Night Football against Pittsburgh is going to be fun, and it's going to be entertaining. And I honestly, that might be the game I go to just because I would love to tailgate all day long there. Maybe we should talk about that, Color. Those tickets are going to be hard as hell to get, but we might have to settle for some nosebleeds.
Rock Stadium at night.
I think I'm already going to have to settle for nosebleeds for the Patriots, man.
For the Dolphins. Hopefully they can repeat that here against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then I think I'll take Christmas Day against the...
I don't know, man. Hopefully, through the growth of the show and through the growth of the community, maybe we could figure some things out, Color. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're just getting scarce, man. Altogether.
The tickets are getting scarce, and maybe the Dolphins will help us, get our hands on some, not for free, but just have some tickets for us. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll help do TFTG a favor because of how we out here pumping the team up. Maybe some of these people we've been meeting over the past few weeks and months, will help the brother out.
Packers football, Christmas, Packers, like these American traditions coming to South Florida for a 1 o'clock kickoff against the Packers. Those are my two games.
All right, and Trav will obviously have a lot more to talk to you about as we get closer to that 2022 season. So make sure you don't go too far, right?
OTAs in the backyard. I'm not going anywhere.
All right, we'll see you soon. Always fun hanging out with Trav. Now, on Wednesday, multiple Dolphins assistant coaches addressed the media to talk about the offseason program as Phase 2 wraps up with OTAs right around the corner. Let's take a listen to what they had to say.
The focus is on us, our techniques, our fundamentals.
Josh Boyer looks like, I don't know, looks like a cartoon ghost.
Been really excited. Our guys are working. Our assistant coaches, all these guys are doing a great job with our guys. And I really feel like, we're making some progress.
We want to get a group that's going to help us win games. However that is.
Eric Studsville in his interview, and we'll watch all these later. He's still got that Flores thing going on where how he interviews. He just talks in circles and gives you jack shit.
Done. If it's a speed factor and then those guys are part of it, or if it's a different style of play that we have to do to win, we're going to try to find the guys that give us the best chance to win games.
That was an analogy that always made sense to me. It's like, you want to build a tall, strong building, you got to start with that.
So this morning on Stephen D's show, Clock Blockers in the Morning, shout out Stephen D and the guys over at Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. They were talking about, and I guess a lot of people were, about Frank Smith looking yacked out and looking like he's reading off a teleprompter, like right there. He does kind of look like he's reading off something right there. I don't know. I don't think they'd get away with
That was
nothing.
an
Look at
analogy
him.
that always made sense to me. Is like, you want to build a tall, strong building, you got to start with that.
I think he's just looking off into nothing, deep in thought a lot. Probably just a deep thinker guy, but everybody's worried about cocaine back in the Miami Dolphins facility with everyone having pin drop eyes and zoning out.
Strong foundation. That's what we're trying to do now.
Now, as we look ahead to the weekend, it's important to make note that rookie mini camp takes place Friday through Sunday. Here's a full list of the 14 undrafted free agents that will be participating alongside our 2022 draft class. Let's check out some more footage of them getting adjusted to life with the Dolphins.
Yeah, so this is anywhere that you'll buy it, or if you're anywhere that they offer you any cafecito, you'll always get in this little shot. I don't recommend for a first timer taking any more than one of these. That's why they're so small. So
Is that strong?
take it as a warning. Take it as a warning.
I'm about to draw the Miami Heat logo. Okay. All right. Pretty good at drawing though, low key.
Low key, I'm good at drawing, he says. He actually does the Miami Heat logo pretty dope for freehand real quick.
That's all I got.
Look at the symmetry and the ball and stuff. It's pretty good.
Okay, add some color. Yeah, add some color to that thing.
Does anyone seem more excited about being a pro athlete than freaking Eric Ikuzama? I mean, the kid seems so jazzed up. He's easy as hell to root for, this guy.
So first one.
And I'll show a video where they show everybody's numbers, but sad news, everyone who is a Skylar Thompson fan, he picked the number 19. That's not a good number to have. Just a cursed number.
Chantalita? Oh, I'm going to guess some type of food. I don't know. Yeah.
It's chancleta.
Chancleta.
Flip-flop.
Flip-flop. Oh, no chance. I would have got that.
Honestly, I've had nothing like this, but this is good. I like all types of food. I'm not picky, so I can get used to all this food. Oh yeah, the breading on all this is real good. Shoot. Yeah, y'all gotta tell me where I can get some of these at.
They got Eric Ikuzama drawing. They got homeboy taking shots, Channing Tindall of cafe crack cocaine. They've got Skylar over here trying to read a different language. And he's just got a platter of food. Shout out to Good. Good had a good time.
I need to know all the spots.
All right, so that's a wrap for this edition of Dolphins Today. Of course, we appreciate you spending some time with us. In fact, how about you let us know in the comments which game on the 2022 schedule you're most excited about?
So, yeah, I know, bro. Liquid crack for sure. All righty. So, for everybody who doesn't know, I'll show you guys the quick video of the numbers from all the guys, and then I'll go through a bunch of videos from the Dolphins facility with rookie minicamp, and some are from some, Daniel Foussier put some on, so did Omar Kellery, and then the Dolphins posted a few too. So I'll go ahead and just leave the screen on. I'll pull them up one at a time and let everyone check them out. But first, here's the Dolphins numbers. Channing Tindall took number 51. Then Eric Ikuzama, he took number 87, which is, I think Matt Collins wore 87 last year. And then Cameron Good took 53, which I don't know. And then Skylar Thompson took number 19. We'll see who ends up with what number from the undrafted guys, if they even make it on the team. Oh, denied. So here's one of the videos. Damn, I might get freaking whammied on these songs. That looks like Skylar Thompson out here throwing routes to the boys right there. Ooh, somebody dropped the ball. Little hook routes. Who is that dropped that ball? Little deep on the route. And then the third wide receiver he throws to goes right through his hands. It was a little low. He did watch the ball, watched it fall right to the ground. I don't know who that was. But it is rookie minicamp. I'm sure a lot of these guys, you know, are the rookie minicamp guys. Guys that are going to drop balls. Make sure don't get hit with the copyrights. Doing some drills off in the distance, some sprints. Let's see what else they got. God, why does it do that? Why do you do that, Twitter? Take me from where I was to somewhere completely different. I can't tell. Is it foggy out or is everyone's camera just all humidity it up? You know what happens when you're out there? It gets all steamy and foggy in your camera. Damn, that can't be. That can't be all the rookies. They got like 40 people out there. How many freaking guys did they get to come out? That's got to be some of the vets out there with them, right? Huh. Let's see. Getting used to that heat out here. Man, that video was lame. Didn't even show me nothing. Dude walking through the door totally got me on that one, Dolphins. There we go. Not even going to pull this one up. Cameron Good right there. And then Channing Tindall in front of him. A couple of the other guys out there. Here's some drills. Some of the guys are... I need to get me one of those for my kid playing football. Dang, Channing Tindall. I think that's it, guys. Let's see. Yeah, this is the last one. Dolphins always giving us little itty bitty things here and there to look at. I always appreciate it. Yeah, there is a lot of undrafted guys, Isaac, but you know, something better than nothing, giving a little bit of something for everybody to look at. They also dropped tons of interviews with the coaches, the players, all kinds of good stuff. So first one I got loaded up here for us guys is Skylar Thompson. Color, I'm going to drop you in the back, bud. Pull it up right now. Eric Ikuzama, when he comes up, the kid is just infectious. Just a smile from ear to ear. He's like, yep, here playing football. Like he's on cloud 9 and not coming down. And he's not the shy type. He's the just happy to be here. Doing my best. Yeah. Can't even, every time he's talking, he's still got a smile on his face. You'll see, man. The kid is lovable as hell. Skylar Thompson first, though, guys. Let's check out Skylar Thompson. I haven't watched his interviews yet, so I'll be watching it with you guys. Live reaction coming at you. Yeah. God, I
It was
gotta
a great
this fucking
first day. Really yesterday meetings and stuff, but I'm just trying to learn how to be a professional right now. Just trying to get my bearings underneath me and dive into the playbook and just learning as much as possible. I understand this is going to be a process. It's not gonna happen overnight. So just I'm just focused on putting in the time, investing in the playbook, investing in getting to know my teammates and coaches, and just trying to put my best foot forward every day.
What's your understanding early on of what's expected out of quarterbacks in this system?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, you got to take care of the football. We can't turn over the ball in this offense, and just got to be very, confident in what we're doing. There's quite a few stuff that's going on and responsibilities that we have, and so just being able to slow the game down and make the game simple. And I think that's the biggest part of this game in general, and playing quarterback is what you got to do to be successful, being able to make the complicated things simple. And obviously right now everything kind of seems complicated to me because it's all new, but I'm getting better. It's going to be, like I said, a slow process. I shouldn't say a slow process. It's going to be a process that I'm going to have to work through and have some bumps in the road, face some adversity. That's going to be fine, but just got to put in the time and invest in it, and I will.
I'm excited to see him in preseason, see where he, where his game is at as far as operating the system and being a quarterback for the Dolphins, or a backup, I should say, anyhow. And hopefully he makes it through waiver wires if they don't put him on the 53-man roster, which I still think it's a long shot that he makes it. But if he does end up on the team, how Darren Bevel and Frank Smith and Mike McDaniel might grow this kid and groom him into learning this system and being an NFL starting caliber quarterback. If they can do that with guys like Skylar, imagine what they could do with Tua. And just something to think about.
Have you got to meet Tua yet?
I have not. So I met Chris today for the first time, but I haven't met Teddy or Tua. But I'm looking forward to getting to meet those guys. I'm coming in here to help the quarterback room be the best quarterback room in the NFL, and I understand my role. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to help the team win. Whatever they need, whatever Tua needs to be successful. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm here for. So I'm here to make the team better and help us win in whatever way possible I can do that.
Smart play, kid, because, don't come in here and talk about taking the quarterback's job. Come in here and talk about taking care of your job, and everything else will take care of itself.
Dan Marino out there watching Ricky minicamp. What's that like?
Wow.
You have a guy like that watching.
Yeah, well, it's very surreal. Obviously, one of the NFL greats, being able to be present. Got to meet him today, and Coach Bev was saying that he comes around and hangs out and watches film and and we can have access to ask him the questions, whatever the case may be, and that's just it's a great tool to use, and I plan on using it. So it's definitely it was a surreal moment.
What a gem Danny is, being around the building, and this young man, fringe roster guy. Who knows what his NFL career will look like. Shit, he might have all the goods and everything and still not make it, just because of how hard it is to just get on the field. But gonna have one-on-one time taking pointers about his job from one of the greatest to ever do it is just amazing. And Dan's a busy guy. He's got his foundation, he's got a family, he's got all this stuff, and he still takes personal time to come and be in the building for guys like Skylar here. It's pretty awesome.
Getting to meet him and seeing him out there.
What was the conversation like when you met him?
It was just a welcome, getting to know me a little bit. I was heading out to practice, so it was very quick, passing by, but just said hello and said he's looking forward to getting to know me and work with me a little bit. So that was cool.
Skylar, just trying to transition to like off the field, just overall, what's the past couple of weeks been like in terms of getting to Miami, getting acclimated to the area? Just what's that look like for you?
Yeah, well, I came down here after draft day to meet the coaches and not meet. I've already met the coaches, but see the coaches more and get my playbook and all those types of things. Meet people around the building, get to see the building, all those types of things. And yesterday was my first time back since then. So I went back home to Kansas City after I got drafted and had to go out to K-State and move out of my place there and find a place to put my stuff. I mean, it was the past 2 weeks have been a whirlwind.
Man, dude, that's always the hard part. But how exciting, though, too. You know, you get to go back to K-State. You get to go see everyone. They're like, wow, Skylar, you know, you're freaking drafted by the Dolphins. His family, his friends in town and stuff. Just a surreal moment. I can't even imagine, you know. I played a lot of football, would have loved to played. I'm never big enough or tall enough or whatever, so that would have never happened. But maybe my son will one day. Who knows? But I can only listen to guys like himself talk about this type of experience because he might just be a 7th-round quarterback, but he's an NFL quarterback as of this day. And that's all that really matters. And even if he never makes it, it'll be something he can have for forever. It's just an amazing experience, job learning experience, connections, networking, all that stuff. It's you got to think outside. You know, these are people at times. I know we play around here and we go hard on some people, and but these are still human beings and they've got lives. And this is a young man who's getting his chance.
But I've also been, you know, diving into the playbook and learning that to where I could be prepared to come in here and have a good camp and good start here. So it's been very busy, time's just flying by. Just, you know, busy's good, but I was definitely excited to get down here, starting to get in a routine, starting to get to know people and get comfortable here. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and I read that you had played in the West Coast offense at K-State as well. Just what do you think are kind of the most important traits for a quarterback in that offense?
Yeah, well, you know, being efficient, passing the football, making smart decisions, taking care of the football, and just understanding the mission of every play. You know, there's a mission for everything. There's a reason why we shift, why we motion, why we, you know, start in this formation, and you know, there's a reason behind everything, and understanding why we are doing that and what it does to defense. And coming from a system like that in college has definitely helped this transition. I mean, it's definitely on a whole other level of, you know, of learning and just more stuff.
So listening for anyone from high school to college and college to pros, if you're in the league, you deserve to be there. If you're from high school to college, you deserve to be there. If you're from college to the pros, you deserve to be there. That means you probably have the measurables and at least the athletic ability to do your job. It's just execution and the speed and like the windows, especially for quarterbacks. The windows get smaller to throw in. Everyone's moving faster. The internal clock is faster. That's why you see young quarterbacks, you know, have to have that grace period of growing into what they become. And I'm sure that's what he's seeing now. Well, it's what he will see, especially on the field. Everyone is the best of the best when you get to the NFL.
You know, for sure. But it definitely has helped make that transition a little easier, being able to learn and process things and understand what we're doing. And, you know, I'm familiar with being under center. We were 50-50 under center in college, and I'm familiar with play action pass, gun, RPO. I mean, I've done it, most of it all. So that's definitely helped me with this transition, being able to also call a play in huddle. That was something that we did in college that, you know, a lot of teams don't do in college football. So that definitely has helped me moving and transitioning here.
Have you spent any time with Waddle and or Tyreek?
I have not. Like I said, I got here yesterday when I came. When I came after draft day, it was just me, Cam, and Eric. So those are the only 3 guys I met before yesterday, and now I'm just meeting all the rookies and the guys that are at camp, and anybody I see in the building that I don't know, try to introduce myself and start remembering names, because there's a lot of people, but I know that's an important part of my job. So I have not met them though.
I'll be watching Skylar because who knows? We always have a underdog to root for. Maybe he gets lucky, and who knows? What if he beat out Teddy Bridgewater for the backup quarterback? Could you guys imagine? Tell you what, we see him in the preseason. He's lighting it up. It'd be hard to let him go. So we'll see how that works. Smart kid, did a lot of good things for his school in his tenure there, and interested to see how he progresses. Especially with the coaching staff that we have now, as far as offense goes. I'm gonna trust a lot of what their eyes tell them. If by some reason we're down to 53-man roster cut and he's one of them on the team and someone else isn't, they must really like the kid, really want to keep him on the team. So we'll be watching close and see how that goes. Next guy I got coming up is Eric Ikuzama. Just a smiler, just a happy young man, having the time of his life. Again, easy to root for this guy. He's just so good. He looks like how I think I would look if I was there. I'd be like, I can't believe I'm here. I can't, just total zoned out in it in some way. But you could tell he's a dog. He is a dog on the field. He's gonna get that, and watch out. This dog bites and is like rabid at times on the field. So, and they ask him about, Wes Welker sticking his neck out for him. So this kid's got a lot to. He's got a lot to live up to. Wes Welker pounded the table and got him on this football team. So, and he seems like the type of young man that's going to take this opportunity. He's one of the middle child of 7 to a single mom. He's got I don't want to say he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders, because that isn't the impression I get, but you can just tell that he's soaking it all in. And I don't know, he gives me Jalen Waddle vibes as far as personality goes.
With the logo on, under the team direction, how the first half with him.
He coaches hard, and he wants me to be great. So I'm just taking it all in, one step at a time. And it feels good to be out there.
Eric, you talked about on draft day just how excited you were to actually get out here to get those reps. I see you smiling right now. Just what was it?
Everything that I ever could have wished of. Just being out here with the guys.
I know it's just a 1-hour practice, but what was like the biggest difference you made in college and having college practice?
Just the install. Putting all the plays in and then going out there and doing it. Really just fast paced and going with the flow. Coach really doesn't really care. About the mistakes. Just as long as we're going, 100% and just learn from it the next time around.
Obviously, it's your first day, but how challenging is it do you expect it to be to learn an NFL playbook?
I feel like it's going to be really challenging. It's a lot of work. I feel like I'm going to be here a lot, in the facility, just learning and, studying a lot, watching a lot of film just to, get back up to speed and so I can play as fast as I can.
Do you feel like it helps you that you have a Red Raider as a coach and he's pulling for you? He pulled for you to be here.
Great question. I'm glad Omar asked it. It's what I would have asked him about. Perfect pausing too.
He's a guy, so he just wants to see, Red Raiders, ball. So I feel like, me and him being in the same room, he's really going to help me uplift my game and really be great.
Eric, I know one thing that was kind of noted about you is the style of offense that you came from in Texas Tech, and how maybe you didn't get to show the entire route tree. Is that something that you're trying to show in terms of your route running, or is there another trait that you're really trying to display, during these practices?
Just all around, whatever opportunity I get, I want to make the best of it. If that's if I'm in the backfield getting the handoff, or if that's me getting the ball down the field, I feel like my game is all around. So, with that, I feel like I can make plays anywhere on the field.
Man, could this kid take Cedric Wilson's job? Because that's what it looks like to me. He's the Cedric Wilson mold backup. I think Eric Ikuzama makes the team on draft status alone, but I also think he'll be a special teams contributor, and we'll one day see him on the field making contributions on this offense. Because let's be real, everybody misses time, everybody gets injured, someone's nicked up. He could be 4th wide receiver on the depth chart starting roster that day and could see some playing time, and I'll be interested to see how he handles it. What does he do with his snaps? Do they start letting him field punts and kickoffs? Maybe. I don't know. He's a big boy. He's pretty fast for as big as he is. Pulling for him, man. Pulling for all the young guys. Get your money, young man, because a lot of these guys that are coming in now and all the young guys on the rosters, they didn't get all the NIL deals. Shout out to all the kids in college getting ready to start making big bread here directly. I got Channing Tindall coming up next. But before I do, guys, we're going to do the rundown. Make sure everyone's hitting the like button right now. Hit the like button, please. Need the likes. Helps the show spread, gets it out there. Be going for almost an hour and a half right now. Let's hit the like buttons. Also, guys, make sure you're catching all the great content on the channel. Tonk 7, TMI Tuesdays, live at 9:30. Color commentary on there with him co-hosting. You'll see Tonk again next week. You catch Color again on Thursday nights, late night color commentary coming at you. Catch Color again tomorrow with Ali on Saturday. Shout out to Ali and Color. Can't wait to see the show tomorrow. TFTG, the Fins Tailgate, every other night of the week. Cash App, Venmo, the Fins Tailgate. Help support the show. You can also support the show through Fanatics in the description below. Buy yourself your own gear or our gear. Hook it up. Get yourself some. You can check it out, all the different colors. We have tons of different colors and all the stuff that's showing here. Hit the link in the description. Cash App, Venmo, support the channel, help the show grow. Super Chat is live. Shout out Iceman with the Super Chat today. Appreciate it. So let's keep going, guys. Let's get Channing Tindall in here next. Now, Channing Tindall, I could see him getting snaps as early as week 1. Probably going to see him, as Shake Money pointed out and reminded me, he's the Allen wrench, isn't he? He's going to fix our Allen problems running around like he's somebody. Channing Tindall going to take that head off. So hopefully that's the story. That's who we see. We're like, oh yeah, Channing Tindall, he's our answer to running quarterbacks. He's going to be the quarterback spy, just taking heads off.
Do you see yourself as an inside linebacker in the NFL?
I just see myself as a linebacker in the NFL. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm gonna be.
What do you think is your best asset that you bring to the table on the football field?
Mindset, why just relentless effort, speed.
Josh Boyer said that he said he was going to throw a lot of the play early on and try to find a niche for you. Did you get a sense for that in this first practice in terms of maybe what they asked you to do?
I didn't. We just worked on fundamentals today, really just being a linebacker, just taking what Coach Camp told us today and just focus on just being a linebacker. Didn't get into any specifics today.
Overall, just how has it been adjusting to a new city, getting acclimated?
It's good. It's a little different from Georgia, but hey, I'm from the South too. I'm from South Carolina, so I love this heat. Couldn't ask to be anywhere better, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. Love this heat. I feel him on that. The heat hurt, but I hate cold.
It's hotter. It's more humid. It's nicer. Yeah.
I think it was around draft time that you made a comment to the effect of how your mindset changed last year, and that really helped you develop at Georgia. How is that sort of, it almost sounded like professionalism, even though you were still in college. How is that mindset helping you today?
Hal with the hard hitters.
I feel like everybody at one point in their life hit like a wall, and for me that wall was in college. So like I faced a lot of adversity. So I feel like during that time, like I just matured as a person. So like just overall with everything, not even football, everything I do, I feel like I have a better mindset. Like I'm going to conquer this, not just do this. If that makes sense.
I like that. I like what I hear out of Channing. He's seems very mature. It's kind of the beat I got on him when we got our introductions from him earlier about what kind of person he is and what kind of player he is. He seems like a young man that's a professional where, and this is no knock on Eric Ikuzama. He seems like a kid, enjoying this thing, but going to take it serious. And I expect to see growth. No different than Waddle, how I saw him as a young man. Both with their skill set going to do business, but like Channing Tindall to me seems like someone who faced adversity and is handling it like a man. You know, like he I don't know. You see a lot of young men come in. It seems like that's a grown man that came in. Not no offense to the other guys, like I said, but just what I'm, you know, it just seems like something else. I've got a hunch on the young buck that he's gonna be a dog coming up here. He's gonna be someone that will be a leader on this football team sooner rather than later, taking a leadership type role and just rallying the troops. And that's where you expect your linebackers to be, heart and soul of the defense. It's something the Dolphins have gone away from for forever. It's never, and they kind of tried to have Jerome Baker be that captain, that leader, being the leader of the defense. And I know he is, but it's not, he doesn't have that kind of temperament at the same time. Jerome's a nice guy, great football player. Love how he plays the game. But I need a guy who's real smart and yet like off just a little bit, where like you see the light go out from behind his eyes, just a little crazy at times. And I wonder if Channing is going to be that guy that's going to take us to the next level in our linebacking unit. Just looking at you like, yeah, what? Mad dogging you, you know what I'm saying? That's what I need. All right, so Cameron Good. Let's pull up Cameron Good. He's good, as you know. I think out of everyone, Cameron Good might have the highest. Well, maybe Skylar has the highest ceiling just because of you know, if he becomes a great starting NFL quarterback and his arm and stuff, maybe. But Cameron Good, to me, as far as athleticism and body type and position, essentially being a guy that would be in the Jalen Phillips mold and role, I think he might have the most potential for upside for what he can be on this football team. So let's go ahead and pull him up. Boom.
It's guys with your sack numbers typically would, might go higher.
Yeah.
But you were fine with going seventh. It didn't upset you as you were sitting there on the third day.
The Dolphins only have 4 picks. I want to be here. I was waiting to that 7th round. They got me, so I'm happy.
Really? You hear that? Dolphins only had 4 picks and it took to the 7th round, but it's where he wants to be.
Third day.
The Dolphins only have 4 picks. I want to be here. I was waiting to that 7th round. They got me, so I'm happy.
So you knew from the visit here that they were a team that had strong interest in you?
Yeah, when I visited here, it seemed like they had a good interest in me. I know I wanted to be here, so I was looking at their picks. I knew their last one was in the 4th, and I was waiting to the 7th. And then, yeah, I was real excited when they called.
With the scheme that they play, the hybrid, obviously, do you feel like you're a good fit for that scheme, and why so?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. This new pass rushing linebacker hybrid that everybody wants. Everybody wants that hybrid linebacker pass rusher. They're the everything you could ever hope for. A guy that's 6'4", 6'3", 230 pounds that can drop into the zone and play a little bit of the pass, yet battle offensive linemen and running backs and get through to sack quarterbacks. All these things, you ask a lot of a guy who's just a freak athlete. Jalen Phillips, again, and this is the role I see them thinking of Cameron Good in as a hybrid player, obviously. And great question asked. I'll rewind it just a tad bit.
For that scheme, and why so?
Yeah, at Cal, I was doing a lot of the same things, doing both coverage and rushing. So feel pretty comfortable doing it. It's just a new system, a lot more responsibility, making calls. So that's coming along, getting better at that stuff.
I asked Coach.
Ooh, did you hear that? A lot more responsibility making calls. So they want him making calls. I wonder, okay. Chris Greer is Again, guys, anyone who doesn't watch the show and is new to the show, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Chris Greer, I'm a big Chris Greer fan, and he always finds these gems in the mid and later rounds, guys who, by draft status standards, do so much more than people projected them to be. And when we got Cameron Good, and Color and I were watching a couple weeks before a lot of his tape, we were like, damn, this is a pretty good guy. I was like, yeah, you know what? He's not really the kind of linebacker we need, but if we could pick him up, that would be great. But I don't think he'll make it out of the 5th round. Completely forgot about him in the 7th, and we snag him up. And it's kind of like he might be one of those guys that just got lost on the depth chart, lost in the snaps. Cal hasn't been doing, good things with football. I don't know. This might be that sneaky diamond in the rough that the Dolphins obviously think highly of him. He said it himself. And the fact that they got him calling plays already, like you hear what everybody said.
It's just a new system, a lot more responsibility, making calls. So that's
Making
coming along,
calls.
getting better at that stuff.
I asked Coach Austin Clark about you, and the first thing you mentioned was, well, he's a Cal Bear, so that's a good thing. Go
Yeah.
Bears. You guys kind of throw it out over the whole Cal Bear connection there a little bit?
Yeah, I had to. We talked about his son. He named his son Bear. So that's real cool. Yeah.
And anyone on the roster that you knew previously that you've talked to over the last couple weeks? Any veterans on the team?
No, no one I really know yet. I'm just getting here, just learning everybody's name, and getting to meet everybody. Everybody's cool.
I'm sure this has probably been asked already, but I'm late. But just what has this process been like for you, being here and this kind of being a dream come true for you?
Yeah, it's very surreal. When I woke up this morning, I was literally just telling myself there's no place on earth I'd rather be. It was an early wake up. I was tired, but I couldn't even be mad. So, it's a dream come true. Woke up at about, 5:45? Yeah. 5:45.
So you still in California time?
Yeah.
No, I was back in Houston, so I'm back just an hour. But yeah, took a little bit to go to sleep last night. I'm just thinking about it, stuff, going through the playbook. Try to go to sleep at midnight. Then I was just mind racing. So.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay, so they gave you the playbook, so you were going through the playbook the night before?
Yeah, me and some of the other guys were going over the playbook, watching film on the iPad. So,
What was your first impression of the playbook?
A lot of more responsibilities, making calls. I was usually the one getting the calls at Cal. Now I'm making a lot of them, so it's cool.
Wow. So yeah, look, they're putting the onus on him in the rookie minicamp to make the calls. That's awesome. That's good for him. That says a lot about what they think of this kid. Got a good shot to make the team. That one. And Brendan Scarlett probably gonna lose his job. One of these other linebackers, because I think they want him to take their jobs and beat them out come camp, come preseason, come when it's time. And they're going to do, as coaches, everything that they can to really make the GM look right. And if you hear, I don't know what coach he was talking about as a Cal Bear, but seems like every one of these picks were made by coaches on the team. Everyone got to pick the kind of player that they want on Marauder or just scout it out. So the coaches have taken these picks in some ways. So I wonder if, that's a very interesting strategy by Chris Greer, because if I'm a position coach, the linebacker coach, or I'm a wide receivers coach, like Wes Welker, and I get my guy that I want in the 4th round. Well, not only was I going to do my job well, but I also want to be right for me making my pick. And there's this thing, these guys compete too. They know that it reflects on them and their job, but they also want, they want to be right. They say, hey, this kid's good. Go get him. You got him. Now I got to make good on what I said to you. I said he's a good wide receiver. I got to prove it to you now. So that's that's a smart play by Chris Greer. Give Wes Welker who they want. Let him make Eric Ikuzama into Deebo Samuel. So pretty smart play. I'll get to playing some of the coaches' media here directly, but before I do, I'll go through a couple of these articles. Just I'll spin through them as fast as I can, you guys. Holy cow, they're kind of long. Right. This article's from Barry Jackson through Miami Herald. You know, shout out Miami Herald, everybody. Support your local papers. Get, subscribe. I subscribe to most of them. Sun Sentinel, Miami Herald. Support these guys. They're how we get information from the team. They're the guys in the room asking the question, and until I can get that lanyard and ask the questions myself, which could happen one day if you guys make it happen. You guys got to make that happen. If you want El Capitan in that press room asking them questions, it's going to take you guys, the fans, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, helping it grow, and get enough. I'll figure out a way to get in that room. I'll be like, hey, I got a lot of people that got questions that need asking, and I'm asking them. Let me know. Anyhow, Dolphins offensive line coach addresses center decision, Austin Jackson, Eichenberg, and more. Dolphins continue to mull whether they will pick up whether to play free agent pickup Connor Williams at guard or center this season. So the rumors we were hearing weeks ago about Connor Williams potentially sliding in at center or, competing with Michael Dieter for the center position, I guess are true, at least so far in the beginning of this article. A decision that will have a domino effect of multiple proportions. Asked on Friday whether Williams, who was a productive left guard for the Dallas Cowboys, has emerged as an option for center, Dolphins offensive lineman Matt Applebaum said, "We're in the works of trying to figure out if that's an answer or not. We've seen him in a couple different positions, and we see that he's capable and we'll see what he's capable of doing. I know it's not a definite answer, but we're not at that stage. But I don't know if he's a talented guy. He's a smart guy. But I know he's a talented guy, a smart guy. He's athletic. He's strong. He has a lot of want inside of him. He's really given us everything we're asking of him for as much as he's played. He's still a young player. He's a guy that has a lot of position flex. What his best position will be at the end of the day, we're still figuring that out." Williams took snap at center in training camp and preseason games for Dallas during his 4 years there, though he led the NFL guards and penalties last season. He graded out very well in run blocking and pass protection. That was really what hurt him, guys. He had a lot of penalties. Effective on every play outside of a few that he lost, and the penalties, which were drive killers. They were timely penalties. So hopefully he gets that figured out and cleaned up. Anyhow, he will start somewhere on the Dolphins line. He signed a 2-year contract for $14 million. If the Dolphins decide to play Williams at left guard, then Michael Dieter will likely be the center. Unless the Dolphins decide to look outside the building, which we're all thinking the same name, J.C. Tretter, he still remains an option in free agency. Applebaum had this to say: Michael Dieter has given us everything we're asking of him right now. He said he's smart and articulate. He's shown athleticism. I really like working with him. I don't think there's one thing where if he doesn't. Okay. I don't think there's one thing where if he does one thing, he's cemented there. Holy shit. What a fucking sentence there, buddy. We'll see Matt Applebaum in the coach's interview, but listen to this sentence. I don't know. I don't think there's one thing where if there, I can't even say it. I don't think there's one thing where if he does one thing, he's cemented there. Dude, it's like I'm freaking reading a whatchamacallit book. Dr. Seuss book. Got you all messed up. I'm optimistic about Michael Dieter right now. That's what he should have just said, other than the thing there that I think was there. If it's not there, it's cemented inside somewhere. Does the decision of Williams' position need to be made at the end of OTAs and midseason in June or at the end of training camp? I don't have a definite date for that, Applebaum said. There are going to be a lot of people involved in that conversation. I'm anxious to see how it plays out. I'm encouraged what I see so far, and when finalizing it itself, you guys will see. But when asked if he would be worried if starting center isn't clear by midpoint of training camp, Applebaum said, I don't really envision that happening. So I guess smart play being here. So, okay, I think the Dolphins are going to figure out what their options are. They'll probably want to start with Dieter, but have questions. See if Applebaum can get Williams to be a viable starting center or backup center. And if Williams can't back up, the undrafted kid doesn't look good, and Dieter is subpar, I think they'll go, all right, let's go get J.C. Treader and give him that money he wants, even though it doesn't appear like they plan on spending that money on him. I don't know why, but I think I know why, as we all do. We've heard these rumors. We've heard the things. We'll have to see where that goes. I'm pulling for Dieter. Williams' decision will have a ripple effect on the entire line. If Williams plays center, that creates an opening for Solomon Kinley and Liam Eichenberg to be the left guard. Smart position. What about Dieter playing left guard? He played guard. Then again, Dieter could never get his chance on the starting line. You know, if Dieter wasn't playing center, would he be either one of the guards on this team? Well, he certainly wouldn't be right guard because that's Robert Hunt. Could he be left guard? And if he was fighting for a job right now between Connor Williams, Solomon Kinley, and Liam Eichenberg for the left guard spot, he would lose. He wouldn't get that left guard spot. And I know he wouldn't because Solomon Kinley beat him out last year, and I know for a fact Eichenberg could beat him out. I'm hoping that they give Eichenberg some chances at snapping the football. I think he's one of the most technically sound. He looks lean and mean, too. I think they should try out Eichenberg at center, see what he looks like. Viable option, I think. Asked if Eichenberg is a better guard or tackle, Applebaum said, I don't have any answer for that question right now, but I think Liam is a talented young offensive lineman that's ascending. I think he can be a productive player in multiple positions. As for Kinley, who started 13 games as a rookie, but only 2 last season, Applebaum said, so far, Solely has been everything we've asked for. I don't know why it says Solely. It must be Kinley. Kinley's been everything we asked for. Applebaum said he works hard for us, attentive in the meeting room, asks great questions, working hard on the field, and a great dude. I'm encouraged by him, too. I know he has a great body of work in the league, still a young player, still ascending, prime of his life. Austin Jackson will be given every opportunity to win at the right tackle job, according to a source. And that's what I've been told as well. Austin Jackson is written in pencil as the right tackle. And I know Dolphins fans what you're thinking. Everyone's like, oh, my God, Austin Jackson at right tackle to his blind side. I mean, we all expect it to be better than Jesse Davis because how much worse can you get? But Austin Jackson, people don't really have faith in him either. Now, again, he was getting smoked at times at the left tackle position. I don't know. I think it's going to be an uphill battle for Austin Jackson in at right tackle. I think they want him to be the right tackle, especially with this zone blocking that we're going to be doing. But if Eichenberg doesn't, if Connor gets the center job, I don't think it's Eichenberg going to left guard. I think it's Jackson going to left guard, which to me would be probably the best place to put him. He's played on the left. You get him in at left guard. He played at left guard last year. Plus, you can kind of do that whole a a little too late, mind you. But the thing we did with Laramie Tunsil, you put him at left guard, you have the center, you have the, guy you're paying big money to at left tackle, and you slide him over to left tackle when the years come and the guy gets injured or whatever have you. Right now, it's really hard to say what the line, because outside of left tackle, I don't think anyone's written in with Penn. So Armstead's the only guy on this offensive line right now that is written in the starter. So that's a certainty. But let me get back to the article. This is what Applebaum had to say about Austin Jackson. AJ's a really talented young guy. He's been awesome to work with. He's got position flex as well. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, I guess he does because he played inside and outside, but that was more by design. He's actually put in some good tape up to this point. We all know the nature of the position. When some things don't go well, all of that stuff kind of falls to the side. I think he's an ascending player. He's got traits to be productive tackle in the NFL, whether it's left or right tackle, which is interesting that he said left or right tackle, because again, that's what I've been hearing, that they envision him playing right tackle on this team. I envision Liam Eichenberg taking that tackle job from him. That's it. Liam Eichenberg versus Austin Jackson for the right tackle job. I think week 1, Jackson probably comes out as the right tackle, but by the season's end, it's Liam Eichenberg's job taken. Interesting. We'll see how it goes. Tron Armstead, Pro Bowl left tackle, 5-year contract, $75 million. Robert Hunt's going to play right guard. I think that's written in at Penn as well, which is weird because I think he could, play right tackle. And Applebaum was asked about it, and he said the door's never closed on anything, especially at this stage of the year. He can be productive in multiple positions. He has a nice season last year at right guard. If that's where he plays this year, I expect him to be even better. So, again, I'll take the hint on that, because everyone's been saying since he came into the league that they see him as Pro Bowl potential at right guard. And I'm hoping to see that too. So the Dolphins offensive line struggled badly this season. Applebaum, when reviewed the tape, said I was encouraged. I see negative plays like everyone else does, but I see a lot of positive plays too. I like to focus on the positive. When you study that guy, you study what that guy is doing, you see a lot of skill sets talking about Robert Hunt. And then when you get into those one-on-one bases, you're like, wow, these are really good dudes, talking about everybody. They want to be good. I'm really encouraged at this point. There's athleticism and skill set in the group that fits this offense. Applebaum, Boston College offensive line coach last year. He's going to be assisted Jean-Paul Lemieux Jean-Pierre, which we all know he was the O-line coach. I guess they realized that.
I immediately regret this decision.
That's right. I guess that they didn't fire him, so I don't think he regrets it. We'll see where that whole thing shakes out. Listen, this offensive line is going to be everything. Applebaum's got a tall order. Everyone else has got their jobs, but they really gotta do everything, because it's push off from that offensive line outside of this outside zone blocking and everything that they're going to want to do. It's going to set everything up. It's going to set everything up. The pass, the run. It's so important, man. When you have the 32nd best offensive line in the friggin' league, you see what happens, Dolphins fans. That is not going to be our offensive line this year. It can't, because Dolphins are going to the playoffs, and 32nd rate offensive line don't make it to no playoffs. So Let's see. I had another article. Give me a second, guys. And closed out. All right, another article by Barry Jackson talking about Darren Bevel, quarterback's coach. Dolphins quarterback coach sets the record straight on Tagovailoa's arm. Before I read this article, let me go ahead and pull up the closing of Throwgate 2022 because Tyreek Hill released a video essentially in response to all the hate Tua was getting and whether or not he has the arm for the deep throw. And I mean, it was on national news for anyone who missed it. I don't know how you did. So
how much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Let me show you the video of him throwing it over the mountains to in practice. Okay, so I don't know exactly how far that first throw is, but it looks like that effortless throw that just keeps sailing for some reason. I don't know. That one and the one to I think it's Craycraft, number 85, right? Is Craycraft? That son of a bitch is everywhere. I think you're right, Color. Craycraft's making this football team because every time I watch these videos, he's on them.
Well, I really like also that first one. Yeah, what you were saying, true. There's a lot more command, but look at the third throw. I think it was
That's the one to Craycraft. That's the one to Craycraft.
Man, there's just so much command in that throw right there. That's like one of those ones you see looks like a shotgun thrown out at the field level. You know what I mean?
Well, that one looks like he tried to put a little edge on it. The first one looks like it's just a nice, probably 25-yard throw, 30-yard throw, but it looks like he barely threw it, and just the ball looks like it's picking up velocity as
That's what I'm saying. It looks like it would be almost hard for me to catch up to, like off his hand. You know what I mean? That was really
it's weird because it doesn't look like he's heaving them either, like he was
exactly
last
control.
year. So,
That's the control.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the command.
There's a different. It has to be again, and people don't want to hear this. Just his health has to be in the torque in his health. That has to be it because that's all I can see the difference in. So look, this first throw, like it looks like it just keeps going. It looks like the ball's heavy, and you know when you have like a heavy ball and you're chucking it, and you got to kind of like sling it like that, and it just keeps going. Look.
That's nice. Now watch this.
That one right here.
Yeah, just
See, yeah, look, that's Craycraft, bro. That son of a bitch is everywhere. Craycraft making this football team. They always got him. I mean, they gave him probably the best throw, I think.
Don't watch his head. Boom, where'd it go? Follow the ball right into his possession.
So you can't really see it, but you can kind of tell in the air, like how he let go of this ball, made it fly where it instead of it coming out and up, and he had to like throw it in a direction. It's almost like he let it off the backside of his hand that made it fly left. If you watch it, you can see what I'm talking about. Let's see. See, like the nose of the ball on the throw made it travel left.
And look where Tyreek's eyes are
on the ball, but now he's looking upfield. As soon as he has the ball in hand, they're looking upfield. That's what they do. Ball's in the hand now. Now he's looking upfield. God, dude, he's like a freaking juggernaut. You know, we don't really look at Tyreek till now he's on our team. Look at the size of his legs. Holy shit.
That third one is such a nice throw. It's like like just a rifle off his hand, man.
I'm telling you, bro, that Craycraft's gonna be on this football team. They use him a lot. So I'll read the article on setting the record straight from Barry Jackson talking to quarterbacks coach. New Dolphins quarterbacks coach Darren Bevel wanted to make one thing very clear during the visit with reporters on Friday. Tua can throw every throw necessary in the offense. There's really not any throw he can't make, Bevel said. The timing of that comment likely wasn't a coincidence, as it came at the end of the week when Tagovailoa's criticism by NFL Network's analyst Steve Smith about arm strength displayed in a deep pass route on social media. In that clip, Tyreek Hill stopped to catch a deep throw, but the pass was displayed in slow motion, and there was no context to it. Hill subsequently defended Tua on social media, posting clips of impressive throws. Now, did Tyreek Hill go at home and edit all this? No. This material was presented to him. The Dolphins probably released the bad clip, had something ready to go. I'm just looking with my conspiracy tinfoil hat craziness thought, but it worked if you think about it. Got the national media's attention for the bad throw, and it got them talking about it. And now here's the rebuttal with the good throw and the defense of people in the national media. It's talking about the Dolphins. Some are like, oh, it's just a practice thing. And the other one's like, no, he's a terrible guy. Again, two sides, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's just nonsense. He gave everybody a nugget, or the Dolphins gave everyone a nugget to talk about. A sense of timing and accuracy would be first two things I would say. Bevel said he's got a really good feeling for both of those. That's where I'd say it starts, as he's talking about what they find as the most important traits for a quarterback in this offense. Again, timing, accuracy. That's what he said. Asked what he has learned about Tagovailoa so far, Bevel said, I've learned a lot. Really like the person, his personality. The more time we spend together, just really like him as a guy, his preparation, how important it is to him, those kinds of things. And then when I see him on the field, is a guy that really is tirelessly working. The sky is the limit for what we're building, what we're going to be able to do. Bevel called Teddy Bridgewater a very capable backup. He and Tua have a great relationship already. They've communicated well. Bevel said on rookie 7th rounder Skylar Thompson, I like the way that he played the position at Kansas State. He played it with a good base. He's an older guy. He's played it for a while. He's got a lot of experience. Then this Friday, I really liked his command. I liked the way he was able to get under center and in the huddle and communicate to the guys. The plays get very wordy. And then he was able to make some plays with his arm. So that's, we'll watch that interview here directly. He's putting an end to the narrative. I'm going to play a clip because I don't know if I'm sure some people have seen it, but Darren Bevel's not the only guy that came to the defense of Tua. So did RG3, for anyone who didn't see it. RG3 coming to the defense of Tua, which RG3, knowing about quarterbacks being held to standards, built up, torn down, gods coming out of college. I think, there's very few entities that come out of college that have, this massive, larger than life type of just whatever coming to a team. And RG3 is one of them. So he's probably the closest expert player we could get for the situation, because he was asked to do a lot, so much so that they just killed him in his whole career with the Redskins, Washington football team, Commanders, whatever their name is.
They're loaded. And Dolphins offensive coordinator Frank Smith said this to SI.com when asked if there were any limitations in the offense regarding Tua. He said, I wouldn't say that we're limiting ourselves in anything. He's actually been doing a great job of every day presenting different routes, different things we're trying to accomplish with receivers. So I would say that everything we've done so far has been extremely optimistic, because there are certain things in our progressions and reads and his ability to move from throughout his progression. So
I mean, yeah, I just read that quote. The kicker to the whole everything on this, where even myself has made observations, you still got to take into consideration the new offense, the new offensive line, the output, the plan, probably most importantly, that when we get a lead, we're not going to throttle the offense back, which throws the whole rhythm off. We're not going to go, hey, you know what? This has been working. Let's stop that now and just try to control the offense. We're not going to do that. We're going to go, hey, this is working. Let's beat their ass with it. Oh, they changed it. Well, now let's expose what they've changed. That's how good offenses work, and that's not how we coached it up last year. So
that, of course, stemming from a viral video earlier this week to Tyreek Hill. But the big question surrounding Tua this offseason is, will he be able to claim?
Good graphic right there. Tagovailoa on passes 20 yards downfield last season. Completion percentage 48%, ranked second in the NFL. Off-target percentage 28%, ranks fourth in the NFL. Percentage of accuracy 7.5, or excuse me, percentage of attempt 7.5, which is 29th in the NFL, which probably inflates the other numbers. He didn't really attempt a lot of long throws, 20 or plus, but when he did, the target and, you know, him not being off target with his having good accuracy and his completion percentage were through the roof. By these numbers alone, they should be trying to have Tua throw the ball further downfield. By the numbers he had in college, the best ever at throwing it down the field, and going back and watching him, as I've had time to do in this downtime these days. Again, I think along with injury and bad offensive coaching, those two things alone, much less the offense change and all the great weapons, we're going to see a whole new Tua and offense and Dolphins offense this year.
Last season, he actually ranked second in the league in completion percentage and fourth in off-target percentage on passes 20-plus yards downfield. However, there's a caveat to that, as less than 8% of his pass attempts traveled that far downfield, which was the third lowest rate of any qualifying quarterback. When he did throw downfield, Damian, he was pretty good at it, but it just is a matter of not doing it that often. I will say some of that could have to do with the fact that when you don't have the weapons that you necessarily feel you want to throw to all the time, it could affect how you play, also your offensive line. But does Tua need to throw the deep ball to have success this season?
Well, I mean, you got to threaten all areas of the field, right? Because if you don't do that, then the defense can adjust accordingly. And what's the point in getting this track team that the Miami Dolphins have at the skill position if you're not going to threaten every inch of blade on the football field? Listen, I think Tua.
I mean, they certainly aren't getting Tyreek Hill to not take shots down the field, but how many times is it going to be Tyreek Hill underneath allowing the deep shots to take place? That's the key. They're going to force you to dial in on Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill, and while you do, they're going to expose you with somebody else. Or just now, once that happens, once that deep shot happens, and it's Craycraft taking a deep ball down the field because they've given all this attention to Waddle and Hill, or Gesicki, a deep ball down the field, the fire sale just begins. It's just destroys that team. The morale, they're like, what do we do? What do we do? We got all this going underneath. We can't watch everybody. What do we do? So then you start forcing the defense to put more people in their secondary. Then you just run the ball on them. They just beat up their 3 or 4 offense or defensive linemen that they have to leave up there and say, hey, 3 guys, 4 guys, stop all these guys. And you let 5 or 6 beat up on 3 or 4 while the back end of them are just scared. We come out week 1 against Patriots and start a high fly throwing attack. We're going to torch people all year because that's not what the offense is designed. It's designed with a power running scheme with now a quarterback that they're going to say, hey, yeah, go ahead and throw the ball downfield.
He's going to push the ball down the field with all those weapons, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle and company. But also remember, they're going to be running a West Coast, style offense, and first and foremost, they want to run the football, and everything comes after that. So yes, he's going to push the ball down the field, but they want to run the football first and foremost.
Yeah, with Mike McDaniel there as the head coach. Robert, does Tua have the ability to
All right, so here
excel at
comes
throwing the
Robert
deep ball?
Griffin.
Laura, yeah, Tua does have the ability to throw the deep ball, and people have to understand that it's very hard to drop back in the pocket and throw anything down the field when you have 30 reps.
I mean, again, this guy knows. And it's kind of like a perfect storm in a way. You have a bad pass blocking offensive line with a quarterback who's still healing, then taking shots. It was a bad ask. I mean, again, why would you get nothing but young guys and young starters and take that shot when you know your quarterback's been nicked up, coming off a bad surgery, still dealing with all that? It wasn't really a good plan.
So, of course, he's going to throw those short passes. But now, with Mike McDaniel coming in, adding Teron Armstead and Connor Williams at offensive line, I feel like Tua's going to have a chance to breathe in the pocket and push the ball down the field to Tyreek Hill, Cedric Wilson, and also Jalen Waddle. So when I look at Tua, you got to understand that when he came out of college, everybody fell in love with him, and part of the reason was because of his ability to push the ball down the field.
That's true.
Between 2018 and 2020, he completed 54.4% of his passes 25 yards down the field. That's more than anybody in college football history in the last 10 years. So Tua's ability to throw the ball down the field.
Listen to that
is
again
only
real quick.
Yards down the field. That reason was because of his ability to push the ball down the field. Between 2018 and 2020, he completed 54.4% of his passes 25 yards down the field. That's more than anybody in college football history in the last 10 years. So Tua's ability to throw the ball down the field is only connected to the protection that he gets and the guys he has the ball to throw to. Tua is a faith-based guy, and now God's blessed him with all the weapons he can possibly imagine on offense. All he has to do is go out and complete them, right? Tua is under more pressure, right? Tua's under more pressure this season than a lawyer who knows that his client is guilty in the courtroom.
Ooh, damn. And I agree with Robert Griffin on that. And people got to realize there was a lot of pressure on him last year with a quarterback that might come here. This pressure is even more real than that because it's certain that they're going to move off of him if they don't think he can get it done. He gets an injury. Now, I'm not talking leaves the rest of the game. I'm not even talking misses a week getting nicked up. I'm talking he's out 4 weeks. He's out 4 weeks this year. Even if it's 1 week and then a couple weeks later, another week, a couple weeks later, another week. If he's out 4 weeks this year, I think they move off. I think they do because maybe they won't move off in the way I think. Maybe they'll draft one and keep him. That'll all depend on who's available in free agency, but it's a big pressure. I mean, Robert Griffin just said your client's guilty, and there's more pressure on Tua than that lawyer.
Well, what team in the league has added more talent on the offensive side of the football to RG3's point than the Dolphins? There's not a team in football
That ain't
that's
no
added
lie.
the firepower that the Dolphins have. Tyreek Hill, Cedric Wilson, Chase Edmonds, bunch of like they just keep adding more and more offensive firepower. Nobody has added as much offensive talent as the Dolphins. And so now in his second year. Tua, obviously, is going to be asked to do a lot more, should be asked to do a lot more. New system, but there's a lot of talent surrounding him. That's not
Yeah, it's interesting because Robert referred back to his time in college, and covering him throughout that time, he was also very careful about when he threw the deep ball. They were so hesitant to turn the ball over. He did it well then, and he did it at a historic rate, but I do wonder if some of that's been in the back of his mind as well as he's been trying to figure out how to do it without the protection that he needed. We'll see how that team gels with.
Definitely expectation is high for the Dolphins and fans. We need him to throw the ball down the you don't push the ball down the field, defenses can stay in the box. They can, force you to play short ball, and that's it. You can't win that way. And eventually you're going to even if you play short ball and running game like the Patriots, even the Niners do, eventually the game's going to come down to where you got to win it with your arm by pushing it down the field. And everyone in the whole fucking stadium and everyone watching knows that, hey, this is the time. The only way we're winning this game, Tua, is if you start taking the football and throw it far down the field to win the football game. And that'll be the moment when we can find out for certain if this isn't just a quarterback that's going to keep needing to be built, or if this is a guy that we can depend on for the future of the franchise. I don't know. I hope we get something figured out. I'm exhausted with looking. That's for damn sure. Let's before I get to some of these coaching interviews, I'll read this article by from the Sun Sentinel from Daniel Fornes. But before I do, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Come over to YouTube. Subscribe to us. We need subscribers on YouTube. It helps us grow, helps the channel grow. We need also you guys to hit the like button. Everybody watching, hit that like button. Help us out. Support the channel. Help the show grow. Cash App and Venmo. Help the show grow through Super Chat, Fanatics, all that good stuff. And also, guys, make sure you're checking out all the great content. Talk 7 TMI Tuesdays coming at you live, and, color commentary, doing some co-hosts in there with them. Also, we got late night color commentary coming on Thursday nights. You can catch color again tomorrow night with Ali. I was cashing tickets, accidentally hit there. We'll be getting some cash tickets again, too. Ali and color tomorrow night on. Can't wait to see how the show shakes out. We'll, workshop some names. We got a couple in there. We'll figure it out. We'll get the show rolling, and, co-hosting with Ali is color, and it'll be fun. I'll be excited to watch. Every other night of the week, you guys got El Capitan. Sometimes I'll whip out that purple jacket and we'll take it up. Other times I'll be just, chillaxing. All right. So Dolphins sign 2 7th rounders, and they pick up 14 undrafted free agents ahead of rookie minicamp, bringing the total to, with the 4 drafted guys and 14 undrafted, that's 18. Miami Dolphins announced that they signed both of their 7th-round draft picks in Cameron Good and Skylar Thompson on Friday morning ahead of rookie minicamp, which is good for these young guys. Got themselves some bread, going to be able to find themselves a little rental condo around here. Holler at them. Give them a round of applause. Made some money. These are professional athletes now. They got paid. That's what a pro is. You want to be a pro at some shit? Get someone to pay you for it. You want to be a pro artist? Draw some shit and get someone to buy it. Now you a pro. That's how it is. Good out of California was selected at 224 in day 3. And then Thompson selected at 247, Kansas State. I'm not going to run into all their dealios, all their accolades. We've already done that. We still got to get the signed Eric Ikuzama and Channing Tindall. I'm sure they'll get that worked out. Hopefully their agents are squeezing a couple more bones out of it. Like, hey, man, you got $18-19 million left on the cap. You need to hook up Eric Ikuzama and Channing Tindall. These kids need $1 million up front. What you talking about? Give me $5 million, 10, 15. All right, I'll take $2 million, but give me some. Miami also announced on Friday that they signed 14 undrafted free agents. Minnesota offensive lineman Blaze Andres, Illinois' defensive lineman Owen Carney, Arkansas's offensive lineman Ty Clary, Idaho State tight end Tanner Connor, Arizona State offensive lineman Kellen Deesh, also Louisiana Tech cornerback Elijah Hamilton, FIU punter Tommy Heatherly, linebacker DeAndre Johnson. I'll be watching DeAndre Johnson. So I think it's going to be hard for him to make the team, but I hope he makes the practice squad. Unless he blows up. Who knows? Maybe he does make the team. Texas A&M conference cornerback Kader Kohu, who they gave a lot of money to, the Texas A&M cornerback. They gave him $130,000 guaranteed. So they obviously are very high on him. I'm interested to see, him get some snaps during preseason. I'll be keeping an eye on him. Oregon safety Vernon McKinney, who everybody knows is Holland's best friend, loves the guy. Ole Miss wide receiver Braylon Sanders, Nebraska defensive lineman Ben Still, South Carolina running back Zaquandre White, who I guess he's got a good as a shot as anybody, to get on this football team. The signing of Sony Michel made that a lot harder for Zaquandre White because we've got a 7th round draft pick from last year that's sitting on the roster. So I don't know. And the last guy of this list is Virginia Tech defensive lineman Jordan Williams Johnson, DeAndre Johnson's who they're talking about. On top of finishing his college career with the Hurricanes, is a Miami Southridge alum. Carney played at Miami Central. Talking about Owen Carney, the defensive lineman from Illinois. The Dolphins have 21 prospect invited to the rookie minicamp for tryouts. These are other guys who haven't been signed. These are the other guys. So that's how there was like 50 dudes out there, a bunch of tryouts that haven't been signed. Former Ohio State wide receiver KJ Hill. Damn, I didn't know KJ Hill was there. Who has 10 NFL catches over the last 2 seasons for the LA Chargers. I didn't realize that they had other guys that can come to the tryouts like that. Also, KJ Hill has had 10 catches over the past 2 seasons with the LA Chargers. I didn't know that they brought in veterans to tryouts during all this. I didn't know that they did that. Cornerback Sam Beal as well, who played with the Giants in 2021 and 2019. Among players with local tryouts is former FAU running back Kurth White, a North Broward prep grad, and a NC State wide receiver CJ Riley and FAU receiver Bryce Singleton. Couple of other guys getting their fair shake at everything. I guess that's how when we think back looking at all them videos we were watching, I guess that's how they freaking got so many people on that damn field. They got 21 other tryouts on there, a couple of local boys. Who knows? Maybe they find somebody out there that everybody missed. I don't see how that's possible with the way these scouts are. Other news, and I was going to tell you about it, Color, but it wasn't TMI Tuesday or nothing like that. But our lead scout for our scouting department, like our director of our scouting department, got poached by the New York Giants. They picked him up. They took him off of our scouting team. So we'll see how that affects everything in years to come. But I do know that we lost I want to say it's like our director of scouting or general something of scouting. I do know he had a high position ranking in the scouting department, and now he's over working as like an assistant general manager for the Giants, which never guys like that in those positions with titles, like it's a title come up. I understand it's a responsibility and a duties thing. That's why you take a different job. Always sucks because like you think, hey, Stephen Ross pay him a little bit extra money and they can't take the job. But really, that's not really just like if you were working from practice squad to backup to, starter, these guys have to kind of follow that same ordeal too. They can't be, they'd be a local scout, then they become like a regional scout, then they become, a scouting manager and move up to becoming a general manager one day. And although it sucks that he left the team, hopefully, that's right. Nicole, put it in there. Perfect. Next man up, bitches. I love it. Everybody watching, hit that like button, please. Let's go ahead and watch a couple of these coaching interviews. So let me get this pulled up. Let's since how we just did the Matt Applebaum thing, let's get that out the way real quick. Let's do the Matt Applebaum question mine there.
Position. Obviously, you've added some undrafted rookies, but Michael Dieter does really have the veteran competition in terms of guys who have experience snapping. Is the plan to train players to snap?
Yeah, that's one of the plans for sure. I mean, we want to have all the guys play as many positions as they can within reason. I mean, we know Tehran's going to play left tackle. Okay. So there are certainly guys playing multiple positions right now, and they could add to the mix at that position. Yeah.
See, I was right, you guys, long ago. It is offensive line by committee. Everybody going to have to stay flexible, and rightfully so. Offensive linemen get banged up, and there's an extra game now in the NFL, which they need to broaden the roster. What they need to do is next year they need to take not only move the cap up what it would normally move up, but move it up an extra $7 million or $6 million and put another roster spot or two on the 53, making it a 55 in totality. That's what needs to happen. It would help everybody because then you can, rotate. I would, get another offensive lineman so we can put these guys in rotation, not get these $100 million guys banged up.
Matt, I'm so sorry. I know obviously Connor has spent time at center the past 2 weeks. He obviously played center in preseason for Dallas. If he emerges as your best option at center, do you have a conviction yet about whether he would be a good NFL center? We know he's a good NFL guard. Is that a viable option in your mind?
I think that's something that
Barry right there
in the works of trying to figure out if that's the answer or not. You know what I mean? So we're seeing him at a couple different positions and seeing what he's capable of doing. And I know that's not a very definite answer, but we're not at that stage yet, so I can't give you that answer.
Okay, so just by reading his body language from Barry's question about whether or not Connor would be a viable center option, I'm going to say that, yeah, they're looking at Connor as just a backup center. Dieter's got this bitch locked down.
But I know that he's a talented guy. He's smart. He's athletic. He's strong. He has a lot of 1-2. He's really giving us everything we're asking of him. For as much as he's played, he's still a young player. So I think he's a guy that has a lot of position flex. What his best position will be at the end of the day, we're still figuring that out.
Connor Williams, 27 years old, I believe. Let me know in chat, guys. Connor Williams is 27. Let me know in chat, please. Also, Connor Williams hanging out with the boys at the Panthers game with his beautiful, I'm guessing, wife, hanging out there. Dieter was with him. I think they're trying to build the continuity. Also, when we're talking about right tackle, everybody, and we were talking earlier about it in relation to Austin Jackson as the favorite, who was in that photo with everybody hanging out at that game? I didn't see Austin Jackson there. You know who I saw there? Little. Greg Little was there. So, the next great Little on the Dolphins line? Maybe? We'll see. He was there hanging out with the boys.
With Michael Dieter, what do you?
Oh shit!
With the center position,
If he emerges as your
Figure out if that's the answer or not. You know what I mean? So we're seeing him at
Sorry
a couple
about that,
different
everybody.
positions and seeing what he's capable of doing. And I know that that's not a very definite answer, but we're not at that stage yet, so I can't give you that answer.
Connor's 25, Ali.
But I know that he's a talented guy.
Really?
He's smart. He's athletic. He's strong.
Damn, he
has
is young.
A lot of 1-2. He's really giving us everything we're asking of him. For as much as he's played, he's still a young player. So I think he's a guy that has a lot of position flex. What his best position will be at the end of the day, we're still figuring that out.
25.
Michael
Wow.
Dieter, what do you hope to see from him to sort of have him cement himself into that spot?
I mean, it's just a competition every day. It's not like there's this one thing that if Michael Dieter does this one thing, then, we got everything we want. I think Michael Dieter's given us everything we're asking right now. He's smart. He's articulate. He's shown athleticism. He has improved over the course of phase 2. I really like working with him. I don't think there's just this one thing that it's like, okay, if he does that, then he's cemented there. It's competition every day. And I think that that's how you have the best room. Right?
That sounds like
pushing
coach
each other.
speak.
So I'm optimistic.
That sounds like some coach speak where he's really saying all that, but I think what they're trying to do is don't like Dieter. It's your job to lose, buddy.
About Michael Dieter right now.
So do you feel like this is a situation where you're just going to start the best 5 and figure out how they mesh?
I would say that there's some validity to that, yes.
skills with Austin Jackson, Matt, that make you think he could be an effective NFL right tackle? We haven't seen him at that spot in a regular season NFL game.
Yeah, I think AJ is a really talented young guy. He's been awesome so far to work with. I think he's got position flex as well. I think he's actually put some good stuff on tape up to this point, but we all know the nature of this position. When some things don't go well, then all that stuff kind of falls off to the side. I think he's an ascending player, and I think he's got the traits to be a productive tackle in the NFL, whether that be left tackle or right tackle.
With center having the responsibilities that it does, at what point in training camp would you start to get nervous if you don't know who your center is?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I don't know the exact answer to that, but I can see why you'd ask that question. Right now, everyone's working hard at doing the base fundamentals, the techniques that we're asking of them at multiple positions. So we're nowhere near there right now, and I don't have the definite answer for that question. Hopefully, we don't encounter that problem.
Yeah, no shit.
If we were at the midpoint of training camp and you didn't know, would that
I
make you
don't
sleepless?
really envision that happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, considering what this line, I guess, struggled with last year.
They don't envision it happening because Dieter's written in with erasable pen.
Obviously, a lot of noise outside the building that it needed full-scale change. But I'm curious because I never got to ask you, what were you and your fellow coaches' first reaction when you were able to look at the tape of the offensive line you were inheriting?
I was encouraged. I mean, I see negative plays like everyone else does, but I see a lot of positive plays too. And focus on them. And when you just focus in on one guy or another guy, and you ignore what's happening with the play or where in the game that play is occurring, and you're just studying what that guy is doing, you see a lot of skill sets. And then when you get to know these guys on a more intimate basis, you're like, wow, these are really good dudes. They're hardworking on top of their talent, and they want to be good. And I mean, I'm really encouraged up to this point.
Is there ever I guess, where's the balance between coming to a conclusion from what you see on film versus saying, okay, I'm inheriting a new player. Let me see what I can do with him. Let me see what I can do.
Great
I think that's a
question.
great question. And
Great question. I'm going to
with
rewind
their
that.
talent, and they want to be good. And I mean, I'm really.
Where do you
Is there
know?
ever I guess, where's the balance between coming to a conclusion from what you see on film versus saying, okay, I'm inheriting a new player. Let me see what I can do with him. Let me see.
Beautiful question. Where's the balance of making your assessment of a player on film versus to you going, what can I get out of this guy by you being a coach, coaching him up? Fucking good question right there.
See what I can get out of him?
I think that's a great question, and I think there, like most things in life, there's gray area to that. There's not a black and white answer to that. When you watch the tape and you see what you see, for good and for bad, I don't think anyone can completely ignore that and say, oh, it's a completely blank slate. But at the same time, you're asking them maybe to do different things fundamentally, technique-wise.
Good answer, too.
Vibe overall, and
I mean, you can't really answer it, but great question.
So I think it's a balancing act. I don't have an exact answer for that. I like to lean more on the positive. I just think that that's a healthier way to be overall in life. And then also, I just think as a coach, it's our responsibility to try to bring the most out of these guys. So I try to lean towards the positive about it, and I've seen some very encouraging things so far.
Yeah, I mean, that team, the vibe of the team is all positive stuff. It seems like that's the type of coaching mentality they want. They want to be, I don't want to call it coddling, but a little bit more progressive in the way. It's not like screaming at you, kill, that's just not how it's done now, guys. I guess. I don't know. Football's still a game of aggression, but I guess if you really want to be real about it, these guys are pros at this point. If you got to yell and motivate them that way, maybe some of them want it that way, but if you got to yell and motivate and crack the whip at some of these guys, it might not have the right guy. You know what I'm saying? If your guy needs that kind of motivation, then maybe I don't want him on my football team. So let's I mean, wow, dude, they've got so many of the coaches, everybody. So we'll just start cranking these things out. Let's go ahead and bring up probably, even though Mike McDaniel is loved by the fans just for how cool he is and his sparkling personality, we'll say, Sam Madison, got to be the fan favorite, right? I mean, he's freaking Madison Avenue for forever, dude, until he went and coached in the NFL and left the Dolphins. Maybe we'll get that Madison Avenue bit back for the Dolphins again. That was pretty cool when he would go with the players and they would drive around. He started comedians in cars drinking coffees pretty much like Seinfeld did. They stole it from Sam Madison and Madison Avenue. It's the same bit. Jerry Seinfeld owes Sam Madison some money. Color, you ain't the only person that remembers everything, buddy.
How does it feel being out there in that coaching setting? I don't think we've been able to talk to you since you were introduced.
Well, it's good, being around the rookies, especially just seeing how they communicate, just being able to get them in here, understand our system, our philosophy, but just making sure and understanding and seeing just how they're able to move and be functional.
Sam Madison, the most unique voice ever, right? Like you hear that voice, you're like, oh shit, that's Sam Madison. Like if you were in a crowd of people and you heard that voice, you could pick it out. Like very unique voice, am I right?
But, we like to keep our guys safe, but we still like to play fast and then to see how guys can stay on their feet, yet and still play at a high level. That's it?
Sam, wanted to
okay.
Want to ask you about Noah. Obviously, he didn't play a lot of snaps last year because Byron and Xavier, knock on wood, were healthy.
Yeah.
Have you looked at tape of him? What sort of skills do you see there that give you hope that he can, emerge as someone?
Bro, thank God somebody asks that. I can't make out who that is. I can't tell if that's Barry or I don't know. I can't tell who that is talking right now, but asking Sam Madison about Noah Igbenogany is exactly what the readers / fans want to know. Are we going to see Noah? Sam, can you and Pat take Noah with all that freaking pedigree and athleticism and us being told by Noah Igbenogany that it was the hardest cornerback he ever had to go against? Can you make something out of this young man?
And the one thing that I can say, he's been working his tail off. He's here like the first one in the building and normally the last one to leave. So I really like that part from him. But he's working extremely hard. his time is going to come. And, with X and Byron being down, it gives him an opportunity to go out there and work with the one. So it's just been really good just to be able to watch him and see how he's asking questions and then just going and applying the things that I'm trying to tell him, but yet and still playing within the scheme of the defense. But he has some talent. He has some speed. Now we just got to get him up to speed and hopefully be able to get him in some games, and hopefully those things can come out and be able to show. But really excited about him.
Damn, that is not a good sign. Hopefully getting him in some games. Hopefully this, hopefully that. That sucks. Damn it. That doesn't sound good to me, guys. That sounds bad. That sounds like they're like, hopefully we can get him in some games. He's got talent and stuff. I'm going to rewind it a little bit, but that is not what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear, look, we see what we need to do with him, and we're going to make this happen. Not some definity, but just more than hopefulness, because that's all we've got with him is just we hope maybe you guys roll him out and he's a secret weapon, which is stupid for us to even think that. NFL's got no time for secret weapons. Winning needs done today.
Questions and then just going and applying the things that I'm trying to tell him, but yet and still playing within the scheme of the defense. But he has some talent. He has some speed. Now we just got to get him up to speed and hopefully be able to get him in some
Get him up
games
to
and
speed. It's his
hopefully those
third
things can
fucking
come out and
year.
be able to show. But really excited about him. He's in a very good place. I would say, he comes in, he's happy, and when you have guys like that, man, it makes your job a lot easier. So hopefully, it'll be able to turn over some positive when he does get on the football field.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
That's not the ringing endorsement I wanted, man. I'm not happy about that. Him being happy and okay, that I hear, but that's right, John. He didn't improve. He's not. It's his third season. He's not. It's not like he's been injured. He is young. We knew it was going to take some growing pains. This isn't good. This is that's right. This is bullshit, John. It is. Jeff, I don't think we can trade him. And you know what? I don't know if I want to. I get it. You can't take out a corner on the boundary with Byron Jones and Xavier Howard and say, hey, neither one of you guys are going to be, and then we're going to put Noah out here. And I get it. Our DBs and our safeties are good too. And I get that. As far as a DB unit, it's hard to crack that unit, but I think it's another thing that he's a first-round draft pick, and Nick Needham is undrafted, and he's playing over him. That's not no bueno. And Mitch, yeah, Sam ain't telling no lie. Sam don't tell no lie. So I don't know, man. That's not what I wanted to hear. So hopefully, I mean, it sounds like, damn it, man. Está no bueno.
Combo or better coaching combo?
We're gonna. I'm gonna say playing right now, but we're catching up to the coaching part. But Pat, his first year in the NFL, he's a head coach, so he's always was in front of everything. Now he's back in the the assistant coaches like I am, but he's picking up everything that I'm putting down. He's picking up everything that these players are out there doing. So it's just like riding a bike. I'm pretty sure he's just going to fit right in where needed, and he's doing a very good job so far.
I know, Jay.
Rookie minicamp is over. After it's all said and done, you kind of look back. What would make it a successful weekend for you guys?
Really just getting everybody out of here healthy. The one thing that Mike always talk about, let's go out here, let's execute, let's play fast, and hopefully these guys can pick up the terminology and go out there and do the things that we're asking. And they.
Okay, so Sam saying something that I picked up on that Skylar said, that Coach Mike McDaniel is saying to his position coaches and his players, wants everyone to play fast. So I'm going to rewind it a little bit. So this make your mistakes, but he wants them to play fast, which is probably the best way to get a good litmus of where people are in the beginning. play fast. Here's what we're doing. Play it fast. Well, if they don't know what this is because they haven't done it, then you're going to know because they can't play fast right away. So that seems to be a smart way to go. Okay, did you do this in college? Did you do this last year? Do you know what I'm talking about? Play it fast. Well, if you're not playing it fast, then maybe we need to work on it. Smart.
Mike always talk about, let's go out here, let's execute, let's play fast, and hopefully these guys can pick up the terminology and go out there and do the things that we were asking, and they've done that so far. So we have one more day. A lot of these guys,
Damn, Cliff, with the shot at Chris Greer. You take it easy
so you
on
can
Chris
see some
Greer.
little things here and there. So, one of the things that we talked about when we finished, going in there, hydrating, getting in that cold tub and getting their body back. This is things that you have to do in the NFL. So just really trying to get those guys, these young guys, to understand these type of situations. But, making sure these guys are able to go out there, play fast, pick up our scheme. And, if we don't have to do any screaming and yelling like I got my voice right now, that means that we had a pretty good day. But I'm pretty sure there's some things on tape that we can coach off of and get them a little bit better. But just a great group of guys, some really smart guys in there. But, everybody's smart and everybody's gung-ho when you're in the air-conditioned room. But then you got to get out there in that 80 to 90-degree weather. Things change quickly. But, we'll go and evaluate the film and evaluate these guys and try to put the best guys out there and make this roster.
We had a cornerback group.
Mm-hmm.
What are they like that group when you're in just the meeting rooms together?
Man, they like each other, and that's the great part about it. Me and Pat, we were talking about these things. These guys, they hang together, they do things together. That was some of the things that we did in the past. When you have a group of guys that really like each other, they really care about one another, and they don't really care who gets success. They just want to go out and win football games, and they've been doing some really good things over the last couple of years. Just have to get, we have some things that we can work on, and they're open to them because they've been in a rhythm of the things they've been doing over the last couple of years. So when you implement some little small details, it takes some time to gather those.
Yeah,
but,
nuances.
they're receptive to them. So I'm really, excited about the group because it is a young group and they are willing to listen, and that's the good thing. We have a young group, they're willing to listen and go out there and try to apply the things, and then when it works, they was like, oh coach, now I see what you're talking about. So that's what our job here is, to try to get them in position, and show them little small things, try to help their game and help them become the player that they want to be.
Damn, Sam sounds like he is destined for head coaching with that kind of talk. Great player, great coach, great behind the microphone, got all the intangibles. Watch out, defensive coordinator job getting jeopardy. Sam Madison almost bolts right into that DC job if Josh Boyer falters a little bit. He definitely he'll have the support from the fans, that's for damn sure. But when I think back on Noah, to me, if Sam and Pat can't get anything out of Noah, then Noah's got to get the fuck off this football team, because we can't have a roster spot being taken up on a team like this. This is like even more importantly than everything else. The roster spots are so valuable because you're only as good as your floor. Your weakest link. You're only as strong as your weakest link. All that insert cliche here. That's serious, because guys get injured. And if if Noah Igbenogany is kept on the team and does nothing on the 53-man roster, because you can't put him on waivers because someone will snag him up, whether he's worth nothing or not. Someone's going to snag him up. He's a first-round pick corner. They'll say, like, yeah, throw that bitch out there. Damn, Greg's saying Noah's going to have 5 INTs this year. He gets 5 interceptions. Buddy is going to figure it out. But, if he if he's kept on this roster and we're looking at one of these guys that we cut, and put on the practice squad and they get picked up and they're off playing somewhere, you can't help but wonder, damn, was that the fringe guy that Noah took the job over? Well, EM, even if it's a corner, what about one of these undrafted guys or rookies that we got on here that we like? What about the safety from Oregon? We let him go. Someone picks him up. He's now on the practice squad somewhere else, signed. And, you know, we got Noah on our roster doing nothing. And shout out Logical Guy says, proving my point with Tua being good is the underthrow ball vid to Tyreek being 87.3 yards. And that is more Tyreek outran. No. That 87.3 yards is a joke, bro. That wasn't no 87.3 yard throw. That was Tua and on that said that. That's no Logical Guy. It wasn't an 87-yard bomb. There ain't no fucking way. All right, so the next video we'll go to is a quick one from Wes Welker.
Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, how they've kind of, you said you want to be there to feel that speed, feel that stuff. How have they, compared to your expectations before seeing them in person, lived up to those expectations when you saw them in person?
No, it's been awesome. I mean, you know, those guys are full speed all the time, and that's the cool thing about it. You know, a lot of times you get guys that are 4.2 guys that know they're 4.2 and don't necessarily play 4.2. They play 4.2, and they do it a lot. And every time they're out there on the field, they're going as hard as they can. And you know, you definitely feel that out there on the field. And I think the quarterbacks feel it as well. And, you know, it just makes their jobs easier to, you know, get the ball to them out of their breaks and different things like that.
How's the feedback and communication been in the room as far as when you go to the field and back to the classroom? How's that kind of communication between your players been so far?
It's been good. It's been good. You know, I think, you know, it's always, you're always building relationships. And so I think early on we were all feeling each other out and seeing where we were at and all those different things. But no, it's a fun group to work with. You know, obviously
Bro.
the talent level that we have in the room and all those different things.
Look at Wes's face right now. He's like, look, he's like, all the talent we have in this room right now kind of makes my job easy.
Room and all those different things is you know, it's a cool thing because they're talented, and you know, it's I think it's on all of us collectively to, you know,
He looks
bring,
shocked by the group.
best product out of that talent out there on the field.
You know, every other wide receiver coach in the NFL has got to be peanut butter and jealous right now. I mean, they got to be going, what the fuck? I mean, look at this guy. It's his first time being a wide receiver coach for the Dolphins, coming in here, and he gets everything he wants. Even the kid out of the school he went to, he gets to get him too. I mean, spoiled rotten, Wes Welker. Good for you though, bud. Let's bring up the next video from one of the very few holdovers from the last regime, our defensive line coach. We held over our defensive line coach, Austin Clark, and we also held over Boyer and Lemieux, Jean-Pierre.
We went to Cal, so that's a good starting point. You know, go Bears. No.
Okay, so it was Austin Clark that went to Cal. And again, all these picks seem to have a little bit of someone wanted them on the team. So.
Oh, you know, I think he's a really versatile guy, athletic, smart. You know, he's got the mental makeup we're looking for. Long, you know, got some good rush to him. has a lot of traits that we covet in our edge players. And
God bless it. Why is it so low?
I was looking at the snap counts. He had like 8 games with more than 60 snaps last year. Just ridiculous conditioning. So I'm sure that'll provide him some benefit here. Just in terms of how the room's going in general, how's the communication been with the guys? Now it's a lot of carryover from last year, but how have you kind of noticed just the feedback and the way guys are learning so far?
This is the quietest ever.
For our guys, having the continuity is definitely good in terms of relationships in the room and expectation. The expectation.
This
where we
guy's
wanna
definitely
be,
a
where we wanna
defensive
go
line
is set.
coach.
So that part's good, and just really challenging all the guys to take that next step. Every one of them, and every one of them is different. What Wilkins, our standard for him, and where we want him to go, and continue to make another leap. And
Yeah,
Agba
John, you can
and
use
all
my
those
peanut
guys,
butter and jealous,
getting
bro.
guys back, especially like a guy like Agba back, and building off of their personal successes and where we want them to go technically is going to be huge to do our part up front and help the team win.
What was your reaction when you saw the Agba news coming back?
It's pumped up, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. I was really
Holler out,
excited for him because
everybody.
he works extremely
Hitting
hard.
that like button. Much love.
And he's a technician. He loves being here. He's a good fit in the system and the scheme we.
You know what? I want to watch it, but I can't hear it. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I can, but it's just too quiet. Let me get the linebackers coach, Ty McKenzie. Let's get Ty McKenzie on here. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Booyah, bitches.
We took advantage of the time on the grass, and Coach Mike, he spoke to us as a staff and as a team, and just like these drills, these fundamentals, these are huge that can transfer for the rest of the season. And I agree 100%, and that's what we've been pushing on the players is like, hey, like we're going to drill you hard in phase 2, because this is what phase 2 is, for us to fine tune those fundamentals and techniques. At the same time, guys, like, when you're not around with us, and let's say you get a week off during the summer or whatever it is, you can work these drills. And at the same time, we are laying a foundation. Right now, is the biggest thing is to get the foundation that you understand that, hey, this is the standard of how we work. This is the standard of the approach we want in the meeting room, the preparation we want on the field, and that will lead into the season.
And this is something that's good too. Because a lot of these young rookies, they're not gonna be on the Dolphins. A lot of these undrafted guys. But if some of these guys take the techniques that they learn in this short window that they get, maybe they get picked up on someone else's practice squad. Maybe this becomes in their routine. Maybe a guy who, I don't want to say was sitting on the couch, but wasn't physically ready or didn't know what to expect, or maybe he was just too nervous, and wasn't ready for the moment. Learns these drills, when the team does their cuts from rookies and stuff, he continues on. Next year, he gets on a practice squad and figures it out. Some of these dudes, we don't even know their names, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that could parlay where they find themselves on someone else's roster. Maybe like, I don't know, the Lions come a-calling, But, again, sounds like that guy's a real teacher for sure. He sounds like a teacher teaching you some shit. All right, let's get passing game coordinator and quarterbacks coach Darren Bevel. Now, this will be the last one I do, guys. Hit the like button. Darren Bevel, I've been waiting to hear this one. A short one. They didn't give us real long ones, but they gave us a bunch.
What would you say is the most important trait for a quarterback to have in this offense that you're trying to install?
I think really a sense of timing and accuracy are the
Raiders.
first two things that I would say, and two has got really a great feel for both of those, and that's where I'd say it starts.
What have you learned about him so far since starting?
Oh, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot, but really like the person, the personality. The longer we're here, the more you kind of get to see the real guy. When you first meet somebody, it's you're not quite sure what it is. So the more time we spend together, just really like him as a guy, his preparation, how important it is to him, those kind of things. And then what I see on the field is a guy that really is a tireless worker at it. It's important to him. Got a good rapport with the guys, and the sky's going to be the limit for what we're going to be able to do.
Do you see leadership qualities from him? Do you see it actively? He's working with
I do, and each guy really has kind of a different, set of leadership skills. I mean, we've talked about it, and no one guy is going to be the same. But yes, Tua definitely has it. And I mean, obviously, the number one thing is when you go play well, that helps you lead. But he's doing all those other things. He's working on his game. He's working on his team. He's doing all those things to help him be a great leader.
We should ask you about Skylar Thompson. What was the thought process in the team getting him in the 7th round? What'd you like about him?
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way that he played the position. Number one, he always played it. As I watched his tape, he played it with a good base. He's an older guy. He's played it for a while as well. He's got a lot of experience. Then today, I really liked his command. I like the way that he was able to enter the huddle, communicate with the guys, because the plays get very, very wordy. And then he was able to make some plays with his arm. So it's, a good first day.
And Teddy, I mean, pretty much the ideal backup to have for Tua, and a guy who could fill in if everything.
Yeah, very capable backup. Obviously, another guy that's very experienced in the NFL, played a lot of games. So at any time you would have to go to him, you would feel very comfortable with it. He's great in the room. Tua and him have a good relation already. They communicate well, and I think that's always an important factor for those guys. The starting quarterback kind of needs that guy to lean on. I think Teddy would be great for that. But Teddy hasn't lost a stinger either. He's a competitive guy, and for his opportunity, if he ends up getting one, that he'd be ready and prepared to go.
Has anything stood out to you about Chris Streveler?
Really, his versatility. We're doing a lot with him in practice. I mean, he's doing a lot of different things. He's working on special teams, and he's just a tireless worker.
Yeah, Chris Streveler's still on the roster too, ex Commanders, I guess. I don't think he's making a team. I think they looked at that third position quarterback. They're like, ooh, I needs this in my life. What about you, Color? What do you think? Why don't you hop in here, Color? What you got going on, homie? You there, Color?
Oh, I just been working on some stuff behind the scenes, trying to get some stuff put together
for tomorrow.
Well, just in general, also just to, for further down the road stuff that we're gonna end up coming out with. I'm trying to get workflow going and setting up some stuff.
Yeah, word up. Yeah, got all kinds of good stuff coming for TFTG and stuff. I can't wait for tomorrow night, man. For what Ali and you are gonna do.
Yeah, it ought to be interesting. Is he in chat? I kind of haven't been paying attention too much, but
yeah, I seen him in chat probably about 10 minutes ago or so. I'm sure he's still in there.
I look forward to this. I think it's gonna be an altogether different kind of
different flow, different vibe. That's what it's about.
Yep. Perfect for this time of year, and then
yeah,
nothing's off the table, and we're kind of he's trying to let our callers and audience kind of dictate the direction of things, sort of.
Ali, I sent you the link via Twitter. Hey, Miss Fins, what's up?
How's it going, Miss Fins? So yeah, who was that we were just watching?
The last guy? That was the quarterback. That was the quarterback's coach.
Man, I think he's real. Man, I like him. I think if I was a player, he'd probably be one of them coaches I'd dig. Real easy to hear things from. You know what I mean?
Well, he's been around forever. It's Darren Bevel. That's the guy that was, he coached up Brett Favre and shit. So he'd been around forever and ever. So,
what is it, like 3 weeks that rookie camp goes? 2 weeks?
I can't remember. I think it's 2 weeks.
It's not more than 3.
Tyreek is my new PR manager. That's freaking Ali.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's leftover from last night. those videos, you gotta admit, they were pretty hot.
Oh, bro, dude, that the ball, he's just dropping freaking aces all over the place, man.
Yeah.
It looks good. Again, look
someone
how
he-
fast he had it. Tyreek Hill didn't have that video. The
Mhm.
Dolphins gave it to him, and how fast they had it loaded and ready to go. I think they released the bad video, stir the pot. They are wearing the purple jacket, not me. I told y'all I'm a real Dolphins fan. They're wearing the purple jacket.
Yeah.
Just they're not
You
wearing
know,
it.
and if I were to say, you know, like right away before my fellow detractors make themselves look stupid and try the whole out of pads thing, I'm just gonna tell you right now, pads don't make one bit of difference in throwing a football. I'm telling you right now, people, it don't make one bit of difference. Once you've had those pads on for more than 20 minutes, it's like they're not even there. It don't make one bit. You know,
pads don't make
one of
any
those arguments
difference?
I had to kind of get off my chest and squash because my fellow
Bro,
make
you're
themselves
telling
look
me
stupid.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
pads don't make don't have anything to do with it? Colors?
Especially these days when they're all like custom contoured to the, you know, player.
Yeah, the pads are now morphed to fit the player and the player's style of throwing.
All I'm saying is it never. Okay, look, we all have our different levels of throwing, and mine is way lower than an NFL quarterback, but it was never any lower because I was wearing pads.
I
can
will
tell
say
you that.
this: when I played football in Pop Warner, now when I got to high school, I bought my own pads. But when you got the school provided pads and you got the pads provided for Pop Warner, first of all, they never fit right. Second of all, they were just so much bigger than they needed to. I mean, they were terrible. You couldn't even get your arms up
Yep.
on some of them.
But even in those, Chris, if you just finally get over it in your mind and let them do whatever they're gonna do, you have ultimate flexibility in your arms.
Yeah, once you get going, those pads were my weapon. You know what I'm saying? I was a middle linebacker and played defense a lot, and I did running back. So that was my
They never
weapon.
changed the way I threw a ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could throwing that ball. I couldn't do it now. I
So-
can throw a football, but I can't be no quarterback. Fuck all that. What's up?
I have a hot take about these videos that Tyreek put out. Someone mentioned it in chat to me on what do I think about the videos or the video that he put out. And I stated in the great words of T.O., that's my quarterback. And the reason I stated that is because, in my opinion, this is a power move by Tyreek. Now, earlier today, this morning, I think it was on Stephen D's show. I'm sorry. I think it was Pete saying this was the worst move by Tyreek, and he was calling Tyreek out and everything about why would you put out a video like this? You're ruining your career and whatnot. It was pretty much that.
Pete. Fucking
yeah, Pete went down that
I love
route.
you, Pete.
This is why I think it's a power move, because what he just did is he backed the quarterback and he set an example of leadership. And I think this is the first power move he's taking to take command of that locker room.
So, but Ali,
Agreed.
it's not like Tyreek A recorded these videos, B took the data from the recorded videos and edited them. I just don't see that happening. Someone gave him that. I know people go look at Tyreek posted this, but it's not like he didn't even.
Who's to say
where'd those videos come from for him to post it?
Well, as I said to Ali on my show last night, I actually think I agree with him. Maybe he might agree with what I'm about to say, but if not, this is where I'd slightly adjust it. It was a power move, but it was directed at the Miami Dolphins, not at their fan base, not at anybody, but the Miami Dolphins.
See, now therein lies the optics.
But here's the thing,
Therein
though. I
lies
didn't
the
say
optics.
it was directed at.
This is how a championship
Listen,
organization,
just so everybody knows,
PR
this is
department
the backstage
is supposed
talk.
to conduct themselves.
I
And right
didn't.
now we have entered the backstage talk because this is how Color, me, and Ali would be talking if the camera was off. We would be talking conspiracy right now. That's
I'm
how
gonna.
it would go.
I didn't say that he was directing it at the fan base. I
No,
said he's
Color did.
directing at.
Well, that's
I'm
what I
saying.
said. That's what I said. You may agree with me. I was just saying if you don't, that's where I would slightly.
No, and I
differ,
see what
you
you're
know what I mean?
saying. He's directing it at the haters on videos. I got you.
Well, not just
He's
that, but he's
directing it.
also
He's saying
at
to the Miami
players'
Dolphins,
locker room.
look, he's saying to the Miami Dolphins, it doesn't matter, and somewhat to the people that have never wanted to back Tua as QB1 despite his downfalls. You know what I
Get
mean?
to it, Color. Get saying what? Because I wanted to hear what Ali was going to say. Saying
Hold,
what?
hold on. Maybe he's directing it at whoever's leaking out this information that they don't believe in Tua or whoever it comes from that Omar Kelly gets his information from.
Well,
maybe
again,
that's who he's directing it towards. And here's what I was trying to point out, okay, is the fact that I think this is a power move that he's going to lead by example. Now, to Chris's point that he didn't videotape it and someone gave it to him, that's not necessarily true because he does put out his own content on YouTube a lot. So he probably has people working for him that's videotaping him,
but
and
again,
people around him.
Now
and
you're
he could've-
talking, Ali.
and
Now
he
you're
could've-
talking.
that doesn't necessarily like both could be true. So what I'm saying is he comes into the organization and he says, look, this is how a championship organization's PR department conducts itself. You don't go and put video. It doesn't matter if you don't believe in your quarterback. It don't matter if he's the trashiest quarterback on the planet. You don't do that if you expect to win a championship. I come from a place where we've won championships.
Color's really in the vision and the purview I can hear just by how you're talking. It's Tyreek sending a message to the organization no matter what.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
like this is how you do it.
Yeah, I see that. I could see that a
I
little
see
bit.
your
That's
point.
where a lot of the
I could
blame
even
went,
see
too.
him saying, look, that's how a bitch do it. You know what I mean?
That's how a bitch does it. Yeah. So
no matter what you might think about Tua or whatever, you know, for all those, in other words, for all those people out there going
in his tweet, that's kind of what he said.
No matter what, he's living it. He's been here shorter time than anybody on the team, and he's walking more the walk with the logo on than anybody.
You know, it is kind of what he said in the tweet. It was kind of like a miss me on that bullshit kind of thing. I see what you're saying. Ali, what were you saying again?
No, I'm just saying
I'm sorry. To Miami, what the hell are you doing? That's what it's saying to them.
Yeah.
I understand that you're pointing the finger at Miami, and you're right. Their digital department.
I think we can agree with that.
Their digital department should not have put that video out.
Well, it could be part of it. It doesn't have to be
the
the
digital
whole reason.
department could very well be leftover flow stuff. So they couldn't spot a good offense if it hit them in the face, to be honest.
Word up. Now you're talking.
But here's the flip side of it. The flip side of it is that I think that this was directed at whoever that Omar Kelly gets his info about Tua not knowing the playbook, Tua, wasting my time here, and all this other anti-Tua propaganda that we see. Here's the thing. Yeah, I have Tua as my avatar, but it's really more of a joke on this whole thing. I think all the stuff that we complain about, him, out at the hockey game, him golfing, it's all nonsense, bro. It's all nonsense.
So Dolphin 72 says, I don't blame the PR department. I believe they were hyping Tua haters in media by that happened to notice the ball was underthrown and media ran with it. So,
that could be true, but the same thing happened to Lamar Jackson last year.
Yes.
So,
and they took it down too, which would have made it look worse.
Well, to Dolphins' point, it's more of being tone deaf. Like, how did the Miami Dolphins PR not know that was one of those things that was going to be picked apart? I'm not saying they intentionally did it. You're agree.
No, he's not.
It's more like Tyreek is saying, y'all have been a losing organization for all these years, and here's the reasons why, in case you didn't notice.
I don't think he's going to the organization. Tyreek wouldn't come there swinging his dick around at the organization. Color. I think it was probably geared more towards. I could see it being a flex that Tyreek has the kind of money and the kind of clout that he has. Is first of all, a lot of these star athletes have their own media and PR people. Let's be real. So,
Mhm.
Ali, you might be on to something there with that video. May have been Tyreek's video.
Could have also been an unintentional
hold up.
message to the.
To me,
In other words, what I'm saying could have also been unintentional.
me,
Like,
And to the
I mean,
team, the
imagine
nothing
the
is
the
unintentional. We're talking
Dolphins would
about a
do themselves
trillion.
a favor by seeing it as a message to
We're
them.
talking
And
about millions of dollars spent on
Mhm.
tons and tons of people. Everything is check balance. There's a freaking boss for everyone doing everything that's then handed down all the way to fucking Garfunkel. All right. There's no way that shit is not slipped. To me, it makes all the sense that they did one with the rebuttal ready to go. And what are
Mhm.
we at? We got ourselves a little bit of stir in the frying
Yeah,
pan. We're cooking up some good shit now, boys.
and to answer Dolphins' thing about the PR department intentionally tracking their QB, here's the issue that I have with it. And it's a proven fact, when Flo came in, he immediately fired the digital department and hired his own people.
At least
remember,
and let me finish. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. So he did that. We know his problems with hiring a proper coaching staff. Who's to say he didn't have a problem hiring people that did stuff off the field, like the digital department? So that's
That
what I'm
was a
saying.
good
They
point.
may be
Very good
incompetent.
point.
He made the
So
same
might
point
be
last night. This is very
incompetent.
good, very
Incompetent.
astute observation.
Very
Yeah.
astute. I like
So,
that.
I'm
Maybe
not
there's
saying that
incompetent
they.
hiring all over the
But
shit.
I'm not
again,
saying they
man, that's why I
intentionally
don't
did it,
chalk
but
it
they
up.
did
That's
it.
why that's why I'm applying Hanlon's razor,
I
Ali,
see.
because it may not have been intentional.
May have
Regardless,
been.
Tyreek, and
Exactly.
same with him, his message to them might not have been intentional, but it was there, and the Dolphins would heed a good warning to listen to it.
And to me, I peel the one further layer back that they knew the intent and where it could potentially be, and they had the rebuttal ready and set to go because that's how fast it happened.
Yep.
It happened with a video that was dropped. Everyone was like, "Ooh." Just a little bit. No one thought much of it, but the blow up happens. And also, I find it very interesting that Tuanon had some shit ready to rock and roll to foment the fire.
They immediately
Of course.
responded.
Immediately responded, and then it took off to a national level. In the
They
time,
exacerbated as much as the haters do.
Exactly. And then, if you remember too, this is a dark time. All the big wigs are taken off. All the major broadcasters are taken. I mean, shows are ending. We saw the end of an era with Kay Adams leaving.
I know.
And stuff
I was
like
so
that.
disappointed.
It's
Oh, she left altogether?
Yeah, she's leaving the show. We don't know where she's going yet, though, do we?
Although her replacement ain't too bad on the bench either.
She's not jumping ship to Fox Sports, is she?
I don't know.
Well, that's
I hope
where
not.
her replacement just came from. Rachel Bonnetta.
I don't want to wake up and see her on the Herd, man. I don't want to. I think she's one of the good guys, and I don't
think Cowherd would get rid of Taylor unless she
true.
wanted to go to bigger and better things.
Which I think she should. Just my own opinion.
Sure.
Did you see they brought Nate Burleson back for it? That was kind of cool.
Yes, that was dope.
That was dope. I always liked him.
I loved him when he was on there, man.
Did he stop doing his run over there on the
yeah.
Because he went to Fox Sports. That's why.
Yeah, he went to Fox Sports. I'm sure they paid him a freaking.
Well, if they're paying Brady, imagine what they're paying him.
That's what I'm saying. Well, they retracted that.
Oh, the payment? He's not getting the $337 million.
Well, they didn't say that he's not. They said that that the details on the contract isn't absolute or something. They had some BS thing. Obviously, to me, I'm wondering if it's a little bit of contract negotiation. You know how they get down.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? They gassing them up. They say they offer.
Real quick, my final word on the whole Tyreek thing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm so glad we got a champion that wants to continue to be a champion. That's at least the one thing that stuff can tell us is we got a real dog on our team, man.
Yeah.
Loving it.
I'm
All
gonna
right, guys.
comment. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ali, because I'm gonna start shutting it down. I wasn't planning on having a panel doing stuff. You boys are gonna be on tomorrow night.
That's true.
I went way longer than I anticipated. I would usually drop a link, but I was only gonna go like 2.5 hours. Here I am rounding up to 3.5. Go ahead, Ali.
I'm not going to give too much because I'd rather talk about it tomorrow. But I will say your comment about what's his name, Craycraft. He's going to be this year's 7-Eleven.
I'm telling you,
if he's open all the time and he catches the ball, that's just like 7-Eleven did. Just hopefully we don't drop him like
listen,
we did.
just think about it like this: that fourth wide receiver on the depth chart is going to eat it. They come out and they got 3 wide and Mike Gesicki's on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what kind of wide open passes someone like Craycraft could get. He could really eat up.
Gotcha.
Hey,
all right, Ali.
Ali, you want to give a quick reminder of what we got going tomorrow?
Yeah,
Moss
Ali.
was kind of asking.
All right. So tomorrow night we're having a brand new show on here on the Fins Tailgate, and it's going to be something that's a little bit more personal to each individual. You guys get to pick the content. You guys get to pick the topic that we talk about. There'll be more details during the show that we'll give. There's also going to be a kind of a mystery game at the end of the show as well. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, I'm not going to give that one out. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We will be bringing on a panel, but not till later in the show. Throughout the show, we're going to bring individuals on that we'll talk to individually. And they get to speak what they want to talk about. So that would be great. But yeah, more details to come. I'm going to stay in the backstage, by the way, Chris, because I want to talk to you about a few things. Definitely.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to drop you back. And, well, actually, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for the new show. And catch you guys tomorrow. Please, everyone, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, come over to YouTube. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks.